Alright guys, and we are back now after the tiny reset thingy, whatever you like to call it. But yeah, welcome everybody to the stream after an intense night filled with crazy things that happened, including severe bombardments, a bunch of attacks, some crazy sirens warning people to leave their homes and go into these bomb shelters for protection. And then again, lots of rocket fire coming in and out of the capital of Ukraine, Kiev. We are closely monitoring that as well as this day goes on, and as things really take a turn that was unexpected, really. Again, nobody really expected things to be this intense, but it has become this intense, and it will only intensify more and more as the time goes on and as the time proceeds. Again, we are paying close attention. Welcome to everybody in the stream as well. Definitely want to welcome you guys all. Let's quickly just modify these. Yeah, guys, make sure you guys hop on, hit that like button as well. Welcome, 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 everybody. Possess says hello, welcome, Possess, welcome everybody in the stream, guys. Ooh, what the heck? Welcome everybody, guys, as we begin the stream again. Another intense day that during the night was crazy. Some severe bombardments, severe attacks all over the Ukrainian Kiev. We see some ongoing, fire battles, inwards and outwards of Kiev. Some rockets leaving Kiev, rockets landing on Kiev. Everybody says, I'm back. I'm back. Welcome back. Mark says, good evening, or whatever. Nicola says, I'm back. Peter says, hello, everybody, and welcome to the stream. Again, spam some waves here. Spam some waves. Welcome us back. Spam some waves, some waving hands. Let's see all you guys. Hit the like button, of course. Mark, how close are the Russians? Actually, quite close. A lot of these are on the outskirts. A lot of the attacks that we've seen earlier in the night were on the outskirts. Actually, closer than even that, because there were some sirens that were in the middle of Kiev, really, in the center, that were warning people to go into these bomb shelters because of how close the Russian military really has gotten to Kiev, the capital. Now, it's quite crazy because this intensity really came, all of a sudden and extremely quick, really, came extremely fast, this intense battle. Really unexpected. People were thinking, people thought that this was a quick battle that, the Russians would lose. But really things have shown differently. Nobody expected that there would be this much intensity of rockets, and nobody really expected that Kiev would be on the brink.
Hello everybody, welcome to the stream. Welcome back for all of you that have just joined. You guys are getting live images from the capital of Ukraine, Kiev, right now. Where it is, what time is it?
It's 7:21.
7:21 a.m. in the capital of Ukraine.
Okay, there we go.
8 likes right now. 32 of you. Let's get to 15 likes, guys. Come on, I know you can do it. So right now, if you guys were here last night, you guys seen that we had some crazy airstrikes throughout the night, and some advancements appeared to be by the Russian forces on the outskirts of the capital of Ukraine. You guys like my excitement, I can see. 3 more likes and we get to 15. Let's go ahead and push those 3 likes. 33 of you. Possessed, welcome to the stream. Mark Hooker. Has anyone else read on Twitter Igor Sushi's hashtag? I don't think so. Sobanj. Welcome to stream, Sobanj. Mark Hooker heard 3 a minute on the east. Oh, no, it's on the east. So guys, as if you were here last night, again, we've seen a series of airstrikes by Russian forces, and we have an exclusive video that was sent to us by one of the people that was in the stream a little while ago, and we will bring that to your attention in the next little bit. We will upload it, but we need 2 more likes so we can get to 20 likes, guys. Support the stream. We're doing this for you so we can get, and for Ukraine, so we can get the most people aware. So help us out. Click that like button. It takes only a scroll away. Oh, 19 of you. 19 likes. 1 more like and we get to 20. Darlene. Hi, Darlene. Welcome to the stream. Again, you guys, it's you're getting live footages from the capital of Ukraine, Kiev. Right now it's 7:30. And surprisingly, there's people still walking out on the streets, even though the curfew is still imposed until about a half hour from now, until 8 o'clock. That's right. John says more likes. That's right, guys. More likes. 6 more likes and we can get to 30, and there's 51 of us. I'm sure if 6 of you do the honor and click that like button, we can get places. And a lot of people are clapping. Maybe I should clap with you guys. Nicole, hello, Darlene. Hello, Nicola. Hello, Nicola, to you as well. Alice Popper. This like War of the Worlds. Wow, 30 likes, guys. Awesome. 5 more and we're at 35. Look at you guys do all that. Again, it's still the curfew is imposed until about a half hour from now. I am seeing a bit more smoke over the capital right to now than we were seeing before. So we will see what happens. And I'm just really wondering what happened throughout the night when we seen this series of 6 airstrikes. And again, I will put videos. Maybe we can upload that video, bring it up to show that video of the airstrikes at night from somebody that was in the stream and they just videotaped it with their phone and then sent it over to us. So we have that exclusive footage. 3 more likes and we get to 35 likes, guys. Who is going to do the honor? Nicola. Come on, press the like button. That's right. Listen to Nicola. Be like Nicola and click that like button. Agat, welcome to the stream, Agat. Regular Russian soldiers don't have night vision, so they only attack during the day. I think though, but Agat, what's happening is you're getting artillery fire at night. You're not getting soldiers necessarily advancing. And the vast majority, I assume, of Russian artillery has night vision. Darlene, hello, Nicola. Aptum, that's not a smoke. That's a morning mist. You're probably right. Again, guys, 1 more like and we get to 35. Whoever clicks that like first will get a clap. Welcome to those of you that have joined the stream. You guys that are getting live images right now from the capital of Ukraine, Kiev. It's 7:30. About a half hour until the curfew gets lifted finally. And we see the extent of the damage that happened throughout the night. Oh my God, guys. Only 5 more likes and we get to 40. You guys are really good at this. Igot, yes, they do artillery at night. I did see, yeah, and we seen them. I mean, we had live. It was crazy bombardment throughout the night. Crazy bombardment. Again, I'll see if I can get that video set up for now. Let's try and set that video up if we can. Video up for you guys now that we got from one of our viewers a little while ago at night, maybe 2 or 3 hours ago. From the bombardments that were happening on the outskirts of, or not even on the outskirts, in Kiev. Just really scary stuff. Alright guys, come on, let's push that like button. You guys may think I just woke up and all this excitement is from somewhere, but did it shut off? No, we're going good, okay. But I actually, it's believe it or not, 12:30 a.m. for me. But I want to keep you guys live with what is happening. We've been streaming all night, and this is one of the toughest nights for Kiev, and you'll see what I'm talking about. You'll see. The person that in the stream that uploaded, and that is in Kiev and uploaded these videos, he uploaded them in the Discord. So if you want to see the exact footage from there, you can do that. But it's scary, man. Scary. Let's see the chat. Am I able to read the chat? Alright, guys, getting live images from the capital of Ukraine. Still about 7:30. 2 more likes, guys, and we get to 40. 80 of you. half of you, 2 of you didn't click the like button. Let's do that. Let's click the like button. Mark Hooker, where are you based? Canada, Mark. Canada, Mark. Apatim, after capturing Mariat, Kharkiv, and maybe Odessa. Apatim seems to think that Kiev is going to be captured in about a week. I don't know how many of you agree. Yeah, well, Eastern Coastal Standard Time. EST. Eastern Standard Time. That's right. That's right. Bella, I'm back. Welcome back, Bella. Nice to see you again. Guys, oh my God, one more like and we're at 50. Let's push that like button. Somebody do it. Somebody do the honor. And everybody in the stream is going to give you a high five. Who wants the high five? The stream high five. Again, right now it's 7:30 in the capital. About half hour until that curfew is lifted. And I'm sure we will be seeing the cleaning lady or cleaning man appear in a little bit. Oh, everybody high five. Let's do a high five in the chat. We're at 52. Sorry, don't post it. Just we'll show it on the stream. Yeah. We'll just show it on the stream. Guys, 3 more likes and we're at 55. 101 of you and 52 likes. Come on, you guys can do better. I know you can. Nicola, hello Bella. Yes, hello Bella. Welcome back. Nice to see you again. Mark, Trailer Park Boys. Yes, Mark. I've seen that show in full. Maybe more than one time. I'm not gonna tell you for sure, but probably more than one time. Optim, I said before that, not less than a week. More like 2 to 3 weeks. So maybe Optim, we'll see. So what do you say these strikes were though? Why are they striking the capital? 5 more likes, guys, and we get to 60. 5. We'll see. That's right. High five for the person that clicked the like button. I don't know which one of you did though. It's hard to tell because you guys are so quick. That's right, Darlene. Darlene, yeah. High five from Darlene for whoever clicked. You know yourself if you click that like button at 55. You know yourself. You get a high five. I don't think they will because of the rate they're going. They said they would have taken it within 3 days, and it's already been 2 weeks. They have thousands of armored vehicles stuck all over. But some people are saying it's a strategy, right? They're making the Ukrainians think that they're going to go into Kiev just so the vast majority of the Ukrainian army stays in Kiev and they can capture the surrounding cities. Maybe. 1 more like and we're at 60. You guys, you're quick at this stuff. I appreciate it so much. You guys don't know how much I appreciate your support. And, you know, we try and deliver the message. That's our role. I try to be as unbiased as I can and give you guys the real image of what's happening in the capital. It takes a lot of late nights. I work 12-hour shifts, and sometimes I stream afterwards for like 7 or 8 hours. So I'm trying my best. All we ask is for your support. And, you know, you can support by clicking again the like button. It doesn't cost you anything. It's a click away. And, you know, share the stream with your friends and family and those on Twitter and Facebook. All the good stuff, you know. Nicola says, thank you for the stream. You're very welcome, Nicola. Thank you for being here and for caring. So, Randall, I cannot read that. I think that's Ukrainian maybe or Russian. I'm not sure. 61 likes. Only 4 likes until we get to 64. I want to try and break that 100 in like 5 minutes, maybe 20 minutes. Aptum says, strikes are for demoralizing and of course for destroying military infrastructure and personnel. Also, they try to hit anti-air defense systems that are still operating. So let me ask you this, Optum. Do you think the Russian forces have the ability, Russian air forces, to comfortably fly over Kiev? I think I'm gonna have a hard time answering that question. Or maybe you won't. 1 more like and we get 65. Now maybe we give, what do we give now? A thumbs up for that person that clicked 65? Maybe we'll do a thumbs up. We give a high five for the 60, we'll do, or 55, and we'll do a thumbs up for the 65. Nicole, God bless you, News Geek. Thanks so much, Nicole. I appreciate your kind words. Randall, the media reported several explosions in the Dnipro worked out Ukrainian air defense system. Preliminary message from the Air Command. Greg, welcome to the stream. Greg Fernandez. Welcome to the screen. Russia will take back Ukraine, mostly the east. But Greg, what are they gonna do with Ukraine once they capture it? That's the real question. What did they do with it? Again, guys, you're getting live images from the capital. Oh, is that the cleaning lady in the top right corner? Top left corner, my apologies. 2 more likes and we're at 70. You guys, we're doing excellent. Fernando's Russia will... Oh, yeah. So, listen, I do think from a logistics and sort of, capacity view, Russia has the ability to take Kiev. But the thing is, what happens after they take Kiev? After they take Kiev, then what? That's the question I always wonder. Randall, exploit for the propaganda against the United States. Bella, that's someone else with the red coat. Yeah, so Bella, you know what cleaning lady I'm talking about, right? We've memorized the morning routine of Ukraine. 1 more like until we get to 70. Good stuff, guys. Good stuff. Greg, so they will make a separate country. So Russia will make a separate country in Ukraine, Greg? Is that what you're referring to? Gino, welcome to the stream, Gino, by the way. When will Putin be part in a Putin? Like a tin can, you mean, with whatever you're saying it is? Nicole, press the like button. That's right. Listen to Nicole. Nicola. Sorry, why do I keep calling you Nicole? You're Nicola. Listen to Nicola. Nicola knows what's up. Bella, yes. Disco Cookie, I like Disco Cookie as well. Welcome to the stream, Disco. Is it okay to share? Absolutely, Darlene. Absolutely okay to share. Absolutely. I recommend you share, in fact. And, share on a lot of things. Share on Twitter, on Facebook, on whatever you want to share. Mark Hooker. On 6th of March, NYU published in less than a week, the United States and NATO have pushed more than 17,000 anti-tank weapons, including missiles over the border of Poland and Romania. So, Mark, those weapons were sent to Ukraine. 3 more likes and we get to 75. Guys, let's do that. Again, you're getting live images from the capital of Ukraine right now, Kiev. It's about 7:30. I'm really curious to see, as the morning we get deeper into the morning, what the sort of damage was from the attack, the strikes that we saw all night. And I'll see again. I will try and put it up. Are we ready to put it up? It's just our streaming is. So guys, 3 more likes and we get to 75. Let's go ahead and get those those 3 more likes. So Mark says 17,000 anti-tank missiles, including blah blah. We read that. Get out of getting anything they want can call success. Optum, usual practice as in Georgia, Moldova. Fine. So whose propaganda is less believable, NATO or Soviet? Look, there's propaganda on both sides. There's nothing to, there's no way of saying that that's not true. But the thing is, again, who has the biggest propaganda? That's true. And I'm not going to say that Russia always has the highest propaganda. I mean, we were hearing about 10,000 Russian soldiers killed in the first day of the offensive. I don't think that was believable. And even to today, when you watch the Ukrainian side, you're hearing about 13,000 casualties, 11,000 Russians, and 2,000 to 3,000 Ukrainians. So again, that to me isn't believable. On the Russian side, you hear the opposite, right? 700 soldiers killed, or 1,000 soldiers. That's also not believable. I think that the truth really lies somewhere in between. So you kind of got to do your own research, and that's why I love putting up these streams for you guys, is because you get a picture of what's happening on the ground for real. You don't need anybody to tell you what's happening.
This is sirens. These are the warnings again.
These are warning sirens.
So they're talking on the sirens. That's live.
This is live in Kiev right now. This is what people in Kiev are hearing. Guys, 2 more likes and we get to 80. Let's do that. Yeah, you guys are hearing that live in Kiev. See, there's radio systems throughout the capital, and this is what people are hearing. If somebody's in Ukrainian in the chat and can translate, we would appreciate it. Okay, sirens, guys. You guys are hearing sirens live right now. Oh my God. You guys are hearing sirens in the capital right now. Kiev, that's right. Yeah, sirens right now in the capital. Is that what it's saying? Disco? It's saying go to the bunkers?
Завжди майте з собою засоби індивідуального захисту. Уважно слухайте повідомлення Департаменту з питань цивільного захисту Київської облдержадміністрації.
Alice says we need to hire a translator. I wish. Can't afford it yet, sir.
Увага!
Alice, can't afford it.
Говорить Департамент з питань цивільного захисту Київської обласної державної адміністрації.
Live
Громадяни,
silence in the capital of Ukraine, Kiev, right now.
повітряної тривоги. Усі вернутись до місць роботи або проживання. Допоможіть у цьому хворим та людям похилого віку. Будьте готові до можливого повторного нападу противника. Завжди майте з собою засоби індивідуального захисту. Уважно слухайте повідомлення Департаменту з питань цивільного захисту Київської облдержадміністрації. Увага! Говорить Департамент з питань цивільного захисту Київської обласної державної адміністрації.
Do you know Ukrainian or Russian? You can translate that? Again, we've heard something similar to this earlier as well, and what we've gotten reports was that they were saying, leave this area as soon as you can, we are getting attacked, and to leave to the bunkers, listen to the defense. Who, just type in the chat if you know Ukrainian, and then maybe you can type, or maybe we can bring you on the stream and you can just talk about it and say, guys, join, anybody that knows Ukrainian, if you know Ukrainian, don't know how to translate, come in the chat right now in the Discord down below, join the chat, and come hop in the live, voice chat. Let's hear what this is. Forerunner, join the Discord, the link is in the description, join the Discord right now, please, so that you can translate live.
Говорить Департамент з питань цивільного захисту Київської обласної державної адміністрації. Громадяни,
Siren's still ongoing, so this is real attention push from Russian side. Guys, let me get to 90, let's do that. There's every kind of us. Do your part, share this video with your friends and family on Twitter, everything. Let's spread the message
завжди
as
майте
much as
з
we
собою
can.
засоби індивідуального
It doesn't
захисту.
cost anything, it really helps with
Уважно
spreading the word.
слухайте повідомлення Департаменту з питань
And
цивільного
then
захисту
support the stream and
Київської облдержадміністрації.
Scary, yeah, absolutely.
Увага!
Daniel.
Говорить
If they
Департамент
try
з
to hit
питань
Poland,
цивільного
they
захисту
go all,
Київської
no,
облдержадміністрації.
that's never going to happen, Daniel. I think.
Громадяни,
They don't want to fight with NATO. Poland will be NATO.
повітряної тривоги. Усі вернутись до місць роботи або проживання. Допоможіть
Still, we
цьому
might have
хворим
someone
та
on the video
людям
to
похилого
the
віку.
audio, sorry, to translate
Будьте
for us.
готові до можливого
We might have a
повторного
volunteer
нападу
translator.
противника. Завжди майте з собою засоби індивідуального захисту. Уважно слухайте повідомлення Департаменту з питань цивільного захисту
Leave for 10 minutes and all breaking news. You're the peacekeeper here. You're the
Говорить
peacekeeper
Департамент
here.
з питань цивільного захисту Львівської обласної державної адміністрації. Громадяни, повітряної тривоги. Усі вернутись до місць роботи або проживання. Допоможіть цьому хворим та людям похилого віку.
We're going to come back
Будьте
live.
готові до можливого повторного нападу противника. Завжди майте з собою засоби індивідуального
We're going
захисту.
to come right back.
Уважно слухайте повідомлення Департаменту з питань цивільного захисту Київської облдержадміністрації.
Okay, it survived. We survived. It's not going to shut off. It's so laggy right now. A lot happening here. You guys can imagine what's happening on the ground. It's affecting cameras, affecting everything. So just bear with us, guys. It's crazy right now in the capital. There are a lot of
Okay, I don't know if
there's not push through it, guys. Come on, let's get 100 likes. PWTV, welcome to the stream. This audio is flicker. It is flickering, I know. Bella says, Forerunner, can you translate? Are you hearing me?
Yeah, they can hear you.
You guys can hear me okay, right?
Yo, hey Forerunner. You want to go ahead and translate for us if that's possible?
We're just trying to get somebody to translate what's going on.
Yes, 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 yes. I'm
Alright.
originally from Saveti, Finland. I'm Skol Sami, and I'm trying to translate some of it. Yeah, it's very, very, very close to the Russian border. Okay, let me hear.
You guys, 9 more likes and we get to 100. Please get us those 9 likes. Let's try and get to 100 likes. Do the honor, 9 of you. 9 of you do us the honor and let's get 100 likes. And
basically they're doing sometimes they pray, so it sounds like they're doing a prayer a little bit as well. They do this a lot.
Were you able to get anything from the beginning?
Well, it's kind of distorted. The audio, some of the audio is kind of distorted and repetitive.
are they doing anything about warning people to go down to the bunkers?
Yes. They're warning everyone.
They're warning people to go
They're
down
warning
to the bunkers.
Yes, they're warning people to not be out in the streets. They're ordering them to stay, to go down and to bunkers and underground.
Okay, so they're warning
Basically,
people to go
because-
underground. They're warning people to go
Yes.
to the bunkers, and they're reading a prayer. That's what's happening. That's what we're hearing in the audio, guys.
Did they list a specific way? Maybe like did they list maybe because air targets might be coming or any distance or that the Russian troops?
Well, I have side confirmation that that they have Spetsnaz closing in on Kiev from about 10 miles from the outside. Spetsnaz is of course the most elite troops that the Russians have.
So the vast majority of the troops are with the most elite forces are 10 miles out.
Yes, it's around. It's not what they're saying. It's just they're actually closing in. Like
This is from
Spetsnaz
other
are closing in.
sources, you know that they're closing in. They're about 10 miles out
Yes.
of Kiev. Do you know if the plan? Again, I don't know if you know this, but do you know if they're planning to advance right away into the capital, or if this is going to be a long
or siege or
I mean, it depends if they can keep it urban guerrilla warfare.
So but the plan is to try and go in as
But
fast as possible.
if they blitzkrieg, see, people they have a misconception. Okay, that you can't blitzkrieg a country unless if it's very small. Like Monaco, maybe you can blitzkrieg Monaco.
Yeah.
But you can't blitzkrieg a bigger sized country like Ukraine.
They can't
You
destroy the
blitzkrieg
whole infrastructure.
you have to blitzkrieg a city.
Yeah.
So if they're gonna blitzkrieg a city, it's going to be Kiev.
All right, guys. So again, you heard it here. So we had somebody that was translating the audio that was sent throughout speakers over all of Kiev just moments ago, and that audio with the sirens was telling people to hide in their shelters, go down to the bunkers, as planes were going to strike, empty the streets, and it read a bit of a prayer. That's what we were hearing a little while ago from all of the speakers. And there's reports now of the Russian troops within 10-mile radius, and not any Russian troop, apparently the Russian special forces that are going in to close in on the capital of Kiev. We saw an immense amount of strikes over the last little while in the capital, yesterday at night specifically, more than we've ever seen. We weren't sure why. Absolutely. Thank you, Frontrunner. We weren't sure why, but this could be a signal that this war is heading into a completely different direction in the capital. And it looks like the Russian troops are ready to make the push into the capital and advancement. For those of you that are in the stream, we have 373 of you and 112 likes. Let's try and get to at least 120 likes. 8 more of you. Click that like button. Let's try and spread the word to as many people as we can, and keep the most amount of people informed of what is happening on the ground. familiarity. Please like the video.
Spetsnaz.
Yep. Go ahead, front.
And please use the term Spetsnaz.
The term what?
Please use Spetsnaz because people need to be informed of this.
What's
Their
Spetsnaz?
forces are one. Spetsnaz are one of the most elite units of soldiers in the world. Okay,
Spetsnaz.
like Navy SEALs, Rangers, and stuff like that.
These are like special
follow?
forces, part of the Russian army.
No, these guys are elite motherfuckers, is what I'm telling you.
But are they
These
part
guys
of what?
are
They're
the
part of the
top
Russian army.
They're deep. They're deep.
They're
Spetsnaz are the highest trained that you can get.
highest within the Russian army, though, right?
Yes, with all of it.
Okay. Have they been utilized before?
Several times. Their main priorities are to go and destroy anything.
So
in
are
their
they
way.
like a tactical team where they go, they have a mission to accomplish these what do they call it again? But a tactical response, or they're there just to cause as much destruction as possible?
They cause as much destruction as possible.
This is not a tactical
and
sort of-
also, yes, these guys destroy us, but I do know that.
Thanks for on it. Appreciate it. All right, I hope you guys can hear us okay. Hello? Can you guys hear us okay? I know we're getting disconnected. We're having some signal issues. Just kind of bear with me right now. I'm trying to get everything running as smooth as we can. But as you guys can see, the situation on the ground is very volatile and a lot of change. It seems a bit tough. And like I said, there is the city of Kiev has been surrounded right now by Russian troops as they attempt to make an advancement on the capital. We've seen some really heavy airstrikes overnight. We weren't sure what that meant, but it seems like this is meaning that there's advancement by the Russian forces. I'm glad that voice has returned. Barry says, except without regards for civilian life or change or charge of war crimes. So again, guys, there's reports now of a special force within the Russian army that is heading towards the capital. Apparently, this special force is specifically meant to destroy targets, and this special force apparently was used in various wars. And they're not a tactical team that goes in to accomplish a specific mission. This is what we're hearing from a Russian source. They're not there to accomplish a specific mission, more to destroy and capture. So I don't know if this is a change in mentality by the Russian leadership or what the plan moving forward is, but we did see some insane bombardments overnight. I have a video that was sent to us by somebody in the capital, Kiev, overnight. It's just the amount of destruction overnight was insane. So I will play that video for you guys in the next little while. Again, we have 131 likes and 366 of us here. Let's try and get to 140 likes. Only 9 more of you guys. If you can click that like button, we would really, really appreciate it. Now, Forerunner, I think he's from Russia. It sounds like he's from Russia. So if there's anybody that would like to get into a debate or a discussion or whatever, I'm more than happy to bring you in live and you can talk on the stream and put your view forth as well. So you can do that through Discord. You can join on Discord and do that. But guys, again, you're getting live images from the capital of Ukraine. Now, the curfew will be lifted in about 8 minutes in the capital. And we will probably be able to get more information as to the type of damage and the kind of damage that's happened overnight. It is just like I said, by the videos that we've received from somebody that was in the capital as those bombs were falling. It's a pretty scary encounter, pretty scary night it was for the people of Kiev. Now I ask for your support. I'm gonna stream for as long as need be to give you the coverage, especially that tonight is looking like a tough night. But I will do that. All I ask for you guys is to share the stream with your friends and family on Twitter and Facebook. Let's spread the word out to what's happening on the ground. And make sure you click the like button. It's just a button click away. And it means a lot for us. It helps support the stream. It doesn't cost you anything, and I appreciate that. If you want to support us personally or the stream, you can do that through the smart the super chat, the super sticker option. We appreciate it, whatever it is. We appreciate it. Again, only 3 likes away from 160. Bella says, please use Spetsnaz like how Frontrunner had asked, please. Spetsnaz. Okay, well, I wasn't sure what that was, to be honest. It sounds like it's special forces from the Russian domain. Damon, sorry, says Slava Ukraine. Nicole, hello, Nicole. Nancy says, prayers for Ukraine's people. Barry says, so guys, again, getting live images from the capital of Ukraine right now, Kiev. Where it's sitting at 8 a.m. and the curfew will be lifted in the next couple of hours, or no, now actually, in the next couple of minutes the curfew is lifted. We heard sirens just a little while ago, and again chanting on radio systems across the capital for people to hide in or go down to their bunkers as Russian airstrikes were expected. So. Tough situation, and like I said, we're expecting some advancements by Russian forces over the next little while. We've seen, I don't know if you were here, some of you that were here last night, you've seen the extent of the airstrikes overnight, really severe, harsh airstrikes. And again, we have a phone video footage that we will play for you in the next little while. And that footage will show you the kind of damage. And it was one of our viewers that sent it to us that's residing in Kiev. Close to the front line, so it's a tough situation on the ground right now in the capital. 174 likes. We're only a few likes away from 180. So guys, do us the honor. Please get us to 180. Only 6 likes away. Let's do that. And I really appreciate it. Again, these are live images from different parts of Kiev. As the day starts to brighten and as Russian forces. Again, more airplanes and sirens are heard over the capital. It's definitely not getting any easier for the people of Kiev. And if anything, this night, last night has been an extremely difficult night. Even at one point in the night, all of the cameras were disconnected. I don't know again if it was part of cyber attack or what it was, but every single camera that was connected, giving live streams to the capital, was disconnected. So it's really been hard. It's been a battle for the people of Kiev. It's been a battle for the people of Ukraine, and it doesn't look like that battle is coming to an end anytime soon. Nicola says, press the like button. Thanks so much, Nicola. Guys, listen to Nicola. We really appreciate you guys clicking that like button and sharing the stream with your friends and family on Twitters and Facebooks and all that stuff. Guys, I know there's obviously different opinions, and regardless of what that opinion is, I will try and be as neutral as I can on this topic. As long as you're saying it respectfully in the chat, I'm happy, for you to engage in conversation with your fellow chat mates, but we have to do it in a respectful manner. No need in dissing each other or swearing at each other. Ron, explosions very far back, bottom left camera. We're seeing a lot of explosions over the last little while, and they aren't getting any slower. And it looks like, again, a much heavier push than earlier on in the night. Although I can tell you, we've seen it online. There was about 15 targets that were hit at the same time, just 2 hours ago, maybe a night. So there has been heavy strikes on the by the Russian military on the capital. There's 200 likes, 490 less. Let's try and get 210 likes at least. Let's push for that, guys. If you've not clicked the like button, do your part. Click the like button. It really helps us out, helps the stream, helps keep people aware. And we're freelancers. We try to give you the full image the way it is. Not like a lot of media outlets that kind of they put a lot of a lot of spices on what's happening. We try to give you the picture the way it is. We put as much energy as we can, as much time as we can to do that for you guys. We ask for your support. We're not asking for money. We're not asking for anything. We just need you to click like, support the channel, and share the stream with your friends and family. It spreads the word, and I really appreciate it. Ron says, sorry, couldn't sleep. Came back online. Welcome back, Ron. I know it's hard to sleep knowing what's happening, and with this awaiting and anticipation of what's going to happen. Bella, wow, frontrunner, that's good. You're multilingual. Yep, absolutely. And again, frontrunner, thank you for translating for us. DWH says, God bless Ukraine. Optum says, if Russian people don't have internet, then how can we watch the stream? You have internet though, Optum, right? Nicola, it's so sad. It really is a tough situation on the ground, and it's the civilians, unfortunately, that always get hurt in something like this, guys. Only 4 likes, and we would be at 230. Thanks so much, guys. Let's keep up the good work. Again, live images from the capital of Ukraine. We just hit 8 o'clock, which means right these seconds, the curfew has been lifted on the capital of Ukraine, Kiev, right now, as we speak. Brian, welcome back. Thanks for joining the stream. Alright, guys, again, you're seeing live images from the capital of Ukraine. If you want to support us and the stream, buy us a cup of coffee, or somebody bought us a pizza, you can do that through Super Chat if you'd like to help. You don't have to. Or a super sticker. We appreciate it. The most important thing, though, is, guys, spread the message. Click the like button. Share it with your friends. 2 weeks to gain a city. Not even U.S. soldiers fight like Russian soldiers. War is not about technology. I tend to disagree with you, Slow. War is all about technology nowadays. It's hard to believe. Like, you can have 1,000 soldiers and one airplane strike and they're all down. So I don't know if I agree with you on that point. Nicole says press the like button. Yeah, listen to the call. DWH, stop. My heart goes out to you all. Absolutely, our heart goes out to everybody. I mean, some people in Russia, they're struggling as well. Not everybody's doing great on either side. So, us took 20 years in Afghanistan. US took 20 years in Afghanistan. 1 likes away from 250. You guys are doing so good. Thanks so much. Shadowfox says 242 likes. Yeah, Shadowbox, that's awesome. Thank you, Shadowbox, and everybody that's in the stream for supporting the stream. Like I said, I can't tell you how appreciative I am of your support, guys. Again, if there's anybody that wishes to have an opinion, they want to see something, they want to, debate with anybody, feel free to join on Discord. The link for Twitter is in the description as well. Diana, welcome, Greenway. Saw the messages, thanks. 4 more likes and we're at 250. That's so awesome. Nancy, I hope this ends soon. Innocent people should have paying for this madness, crazy guy. Absolutely, it is the innocent, it is the families, it is the civilians that are suffering the most. And they really have nothing to do with what's happening. Greg, lovely bright morning in Kiev. Love the respect from...
I can confirm that there is Corps Commander Tropen in Kiev on the side of Ukraine.
Alright, guys. So then, live images from the capital, only 4 likes away, guys, from 150, but you're getting live images from what is happening in the capital of Ukraine right now, Kiev. As this morning gets deeper and as we begin to see, or we hope to begin to see the real extent of the damage that's happened to the capital overnight. Lots of airstrikes overnight. Can you hear me okay? Lots of strikes overnight. We've seen at one point 15 targets at the same time. I think, yeah, frontrunner is still on the audio there. RC says, really a tragic moment for you guys. God bless you. Thank you for joining the chat, RC. Rudy, let's go Ukraine. Diana, whomever is speaking now, your mic is iffy. You keep fading in and out. Is that me? Are you guys hearing me clearly? Or am I the guy that's fading in and out? Am I the guy that's fading in? I hope you guys can hear me okay. Yes, okay. I am the guy that's fading in and out. Okay, I don't know what's happening. Maybe I just need to adjust my microphone. Let's try and do that. I'm going to try and adjust my microphone. Alright guys, just bear with me. I'm just making some adjustments to my microphone. I'm going to try and fix this. Diana, yes, you move your mic face. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that might be me. Yeah? But when I'm sitting still like this right now, can you hear me okay? So there is some sound still coming from the cameras and the audio. Welcome to the stream, everybody that's enjoying new. We're at 252 likes. Let's try and get to 260. I know you guys can do it. I appreciate you to click that like button. It means a lot to us. Craig. Hopefully you know that's overnight in Kiev. Hopefully, but man, Craig, there was a ton of airstrikes. I can tell you it was not a fun night, it looks like, for the capital. DWH, lots of interference. RC, turn your radio down, okay? Okay, I will see if I can turn it down. So maybe this is better.
Must not be live.
I see.
I'm gonna try and adjust the audio here, guys. Just bear with me, guys.
Hopefully, we're not talk miking on the live stream.
Click like. Thanks so much, DWH, for clicking the like button. I really appreciate it. Rabika, where are you talking from? I'm talking from Canada. Diana, love you and your channel anyways. Thanks so much, Diana. I know there might be a bit of a technical problem. I'll try and get that fixed. RC says it's better. We can hear you now. Thanks so much for letting me know. Brad asks, can you zoom in on that building on the bottom left camera? There's a couple there on the roof. And the actions looks... I'm not gonna do that. Nice try, Brad. They're talking. Let's think cleanly. Guys, film 159 likes, only one like away from 259 likes, only one like away from 260. If you haven't clicked the like button, please do that. Rabika, are you making money off this video? No, I'm not. Some people though have donated through super chat and super stickers. I appreciate that, but it doesn't matter. The most important thing to me, guys, is that you spread the message. You share it with your friends and family, and you know, you click the like button because it helps with the YouTube algorithm, so more people will see what's happening and see the stream. RC, hello Canada from your friendly neighbor America. Well, hello America from your friendly neighbor Canada. Diana's 492 watching only, 259 thumbs up. So please, people watching, hit that like button and share. Yes, people, listen to Diana. She knows what she's talking about. Ron, it's two people with their guns. Oh. Okay, Ron. So that you're talking on the building. Everybody wants to know what these two people on top of the building are doing. Well, guys, we're only 25 likes away from 300. Can you imagine if we reach 300? I'd be so happy. You guys, again, are getting live images from the capital of Ukraine. It's about 8:10 right now, 8:10 a.m. in the capital of Ukraine, Kiev. And we see some serious airstrikes overnight. And it looks like we did see an airstrike a little while ago as well in the capital. Some craziness all night. We thought the advancement was going to be at night. We're going to put a video of this is a private video that was sent by, in our Discord by somebody that was watching the stream. Green, this channel is free. However, you're allowed to buy coffee for our host. Join the channel, super chat to show your love. Yeah, exactly, Green. That's right. So yeah, it's absolutely free, and most important is that you share and we're freelancers, so we come out, we try and give you guys the live image of what's happening on the ground, giving you the latest updates, latest news. We don't ask anything of you. You don't have to donate. You don't have to do anything. You want to buy us a cup of coffee? That's great. You can do that through super chat. smart super sticker. Most important though is that you spread what we're delivering. They're the news of what's happening on the ground. You share it with your friends, family. You click the like button, helps with the YouTube algorithm, all that good stuff. Kalab, welcome to the stream, by the way, Kalab. First time watching your channel. What's going on? So, Kalab, you're watching live images, live videos from the capital of Ukraine, Kiev, right now. We're keeping an eye on what's happening there. The bombardments that are happening. They've been happening all night, believe it or not. About 15 strikes we've seen at one time, live on video. And we have some context as well from people on the stream that have sent us videos from their phones. We've seen one of them I'm going to show up for you guys in the next little while of the strikes as they happen. So we're trying to give you guys the latest updates of what's happening in the capital. That's what we do. Bella, I was supposed to go to Canada for vacation, but COVID started. So, yep, Canada will be for another time. Well, you're welcome anytime, Bella. Domain, thank you to the host for bringing these cameras. God bless you. Happy to bring that the live image of what's happening on the ground to you. Noodles, welcome back, Noodles. Noodles is one of our admins. A really nice person. 460 watching, only 286 likes. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Listen to Noodles. Alien, thanks from Montreal. Well, you're very welcome, Neil. Or Alien. Appreciate you joining. Appreciate you clicking the like button and sharing. And again, we try to give you the live image. Like I said, I believe it or not, you may not believe. We've been streaming for what, 5 hours? 5 or 6 hours. And I don't plan on stopping until I really can't. So I want to give you guys the live footage and I'll keep you guys updated with what's happening on the ground. That's my most important goal. And all I ask, again, for you guys to do is click that like button, share it with your friends and family. Spread the word is essentially what we're trying to do. Spread the word to as many people as you can on Twitter, Facebook, all that stuff. We have a Twitter. The link is in the description. You can follow us on there. We give you the latest things on there as well. But that's what I try to do. I'm trying to do my part in this world. And I ask that you support me in that. That's really what I ask. Really, by clicking the like. I'm not asking for any money. I don't want you to do it. You don't have to donate. You don't have to do anything. Just click the like button. Share it with your friends and family. Let the people know. You want to buy me a cup of coffee? I'm not gonna say no. I mean, I'm gonna be up for a lot. I've been out for like 17 hours. I'm probably gonna need a couple of energy drinks and some coffee. So if you want to buy those for me, I'll gladly accept them. But you can do that through Super Chat if you want to. Most important though, to me, is that you spread the message. RC says hit that like button. Thanks, RC. DWH watching from UK. Welcome. I'm always excited when I see people from UK. Where's everybody from? Oh, we're 131 likes. Can we get to 331? Can we get to 350? I think we can. I think there are 19 of you that will put the like button right there. Drinking water, that's the sound. Nothing's getting bombed. That's the sound of me drinking water. Guys, that's talking. What's your name? My name is Geek. Peggy says North Dakota. Welcome, Peggy. Thank you for joining the stream. Bella from California. Oh, nice. I always wanted to visit California. Optim, Russia. Yes, Optim, I've met you before. Green, good coverage, lots of likes. The people speak, absolutely. The people always speak. Oh my God, Brian. I really appreciate that. Thanks so much for the donation, Brian. Appreciate the donation. Rebecca, Australia. Welcome, Rebecca. So Artie is our what's his name in the chat here? Artilla is in Russia. He's Russian. He said when we had a conversation with him, and again, guys, we have to be accepting of conversation as long as it's respectful. So wherever, as long as people are respectful, that's okay. Green is from Tennessee. RC is from New Mexico. So he's in Russia, and we had a bit of conversation with him. If you're interested in debating him or you have a different view, I'm happy to bring both of you on on Discord, and you can talk live on stream. So if you are pro-Ukraine or against what's happening specifically, or you want to argue or debate, as long as you do it respectfully, I'm happy to bring you both on Discord and you can debate respectfully, and everyone will be here. And if anybody has any questions or want to bring any comments, you can join on the debate as well. So join on Discord if you'd like to do that, and message in the general chat, and I'll get us out. Noodles is from Vancouver. Wow, all over the place, guys. Awesome. Noodles is, I'm pro-logic. I'm pro-logic as well, and I like to see the truth wherever it lies, and I think that we're back live, guys. I'm sorry, the stream is lagging there. You guys gotta know this is kind of hard. There's a lot of pressure, but everything is back and running again. Sorry about that. Can you hear me okay now? Half sound now. Good, good. Did somebody just join the Discord? Alright, guys. Again, you're getting live images from the capital of Ukraine. Black says Detroit here. Welcome, Black Sean. How are you? Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining the stream. East Coast from New Hampshire. Welcome to the stream. Diana says sounds on now. Good. Awesome. So I'm glad you guys can hear us okay. So as I mentioned a little while ago, you guys, I don't know how many of you were here at night, but it was a pretty rough night. Luke from Ireland. Wow, all over the world. Welcome to the stream, Luke. Thank you for joining. We're only 10 likes away from 350, guys, believe it or not. So let's go ahead and click that like button and get to 350 officially. Yes, we have some joins in Discord. Awesome. Do you have some joins in Discord? Yeah. Okay, so if you're joining because you're interested in the debate, just write that in the general. I'll bring you in, and I will get we'll get the debate rolling. The YouTube is popping. Someone around East Coast, New Hampshire. No, did I say it wrong? East Coast. Oh my God, this is really laggy. Again. It's been a bit laggy. I'm just trying to fix it as we speak right now. So we're gonna have a so who's it? So that's Artilla. Do we have another person that wants to?
Hello, Geek. Can you hear me?
Who's in here?
Artilla.
Artilla, is that you?
Yes, it's me. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Hello.
You're loud and clear, Artilla. Loud and clear. But Artilla, today we want to change it up. I want to see if we can get somebody that has opposing, like that can, debate with you. Are you down for that?
Oh yeah, I understand. Yes, I understand. I think Forerunner Vladimir, he has almost same view.
Same
He's
view.
pro-Russian, I
Yeah,
think.
that's right. That's right. So that's why I do want to get someone with a different view, so we can get a debate going. So if there's someone, so let me say something. Artilla is he voted for Putin. He's on the Russian sort of side of the debate. If there's somebody that would like to oppose that view and join on the debate with Artilla, join on Discord and we will get a full-on debate going right now. I will moderate. And
I never said I was pro Putin.
Are you pro what's happening in Ukraine, though, Forerunner?
I believe that Ukraine violated the Budapest Memorandum of 1994
Yes.
by not agreeing to inquire joining NATO.
Yeah, so you're on the similar view, similar vision of perhaps not exactly,
Yeah,
but similar.
I'm kind of independent. I guess you could say I'm in the middle of all
Yeah.
this. Like,
So
I'm
you
trying to look at
can
it from both
join the
views.
discussion wherever you feel you're fit. But we need somebody. So John, I'm pro, but not sure I want to debate. Someone join. Someone needs to protect. Again, DWH. I'm pro Ukraine. Join the Discord and you can debate. It will be a fire debate.
That would be really interesting.
Yes, yes, very interesting. It would be interesting to get different views of people that are aware of what's happening. So you just got to join the Discord. Don't feel shy. It's a respectful discussion on both sides. Artilla has a view. I'm sure some other people have different views. I have a completely different view. So, don't be afraid. This is how the world should run, right? We should be able to debate each other, even on topics that are tough, as long as we do it respectfully.
Of course, we are all ordinary people from all around the world, and just with respect. For example, I always respect opposite points of view.
Absolutely.
From my points of view.
And you know what? Open-mindedness is key in all of this. Open-mindedness is the most important key. Because, you know what? There's no point in a debate where your mind is closed. Because if your mind is closed, no matter what the opponent, how much evidence they bring forth, you're never going to accept it. So, as long as we have some open-mindedness. It's fine. But isn't this a live stream event stream? Yes, so you're JW. You're getting live images from the capital of Ukraine.
Oh, we got somebody. There's somebody in here.
Okay, somebody's in. Marcia and Dave, can you hear us okay?
And Damien, the Discord is linked down below.
Damien, the Discord is in the. Damien is in the description. So it looks like we have some people that are ready to make that to debate there. Again, guys, we're 148 likes, only 2 likes away from 350. Let's get those likes. Doc V.
Okay, 2 people.
So try to not cut each other unless you really have to. Doc V, can you hear us? Doc V. So we have a bunch of people now in Discord. So that's good. Let's get an exciting discussion.
I have a proposal.
Yes.
That you give a word to people by naming them, and that will be okay.
Sorry?
I mean, for people not to interrupt each other, you can just give a word or time to speak.
I will. Now, sometimes it's okay. I mean, don't interrupt each other all the time. But if there's a point that you really need to say, it's okay. I will stop it, though. I will stop people. I can mute. So I will stop people if I feel that they are really cutting, each other's points off. So if you are right now in the Discord, I see a lot of you guys join the audio. But if you are right now live, I have to hear you. Again, guys, you're getting live images of the capital of Ukraine, Kiev, right now. 8:30. About seven more likes until we get to 360. Let's get those 7 likes. 255 of us watching. Again, if you wish to join the debate, join on Discord. All right, guys. Again, you're seeing live. Yo, Tyler, how are you? Welcome to the stream. Diana, the host needs to pull mic away from mouth. Oh yeah. Am I talking too close to the mouth? I'm probably making everybody deaf. My apologies. Hi, Caliber. Putin's only taking out biolabs and deep states, not attacking countries. All right, let's see who's in here. I think the audio is not working for some people. I got. What's the Discord?
Let's see if their mic off.
Yeah, it got the link is in the description. Maybe we can pin it. Let's try and pin it. But it's in the description. I will turn it down.
Somebody's Doc V.
Doc V, we can't hear you. I don't know. There's somebody. Rick? Rick, can you hear us? Okay, so we have a lot of people that are joining now to try and get in discussion. So
I'll link the Discord. There you go.
We'll link the Discord. If you're interested in joining this debate, feel free to do that. Again, guys, you're getting live images from the capital of Ukraine right now, Kiev. It's about 8:30. The curfew was lifted about a half hour ago. There were some airstrikes that appeared and we did hear sirens about 30 minutes ago now. If you have not clicked the like button, let's try and get to at least 365 likes. It helps with the stream, spread the message, and we're about to get into a really exciting debate between somebody that is in Russia and again, voted Putin and somebody that's on the Ukrainian side. But we'll see if we can get the audio to work.
Damien,
So maybe if there's somebody that can't talk or is not talking, we move them.
Are you guys not able to talk, or is your mics the issue? I just want to.
So I'll have you chat with them, and while I'll focus on the stream, right? Again, guys, thank you for joining the stream. High Caliber, why is there no military presence in a video? Because nothing is happening. Well, High Caliber, this is on the in the center of the city that you're seeing right now. So there are obviously no firefights in the middle of the city of Kiev. The vast majority of the battle was on the outskirts. If you were here at night, you've seen how much bombing happened on the outskirts of Kiev. We've seen at one point 15 rockets fall on the capital, and we have a video to back it up from somebody that's right in Kiev, showing the bombardments that are happening in the capital. So there are battles, but you're not going to see those. DWH not able. DWH, what are you? You're not able to join the Discord, guys. 361 likes, only 4 likes away from 365. Let's do that. What are you getting a message or something, DWH? Maybe there's too many people in one line. Only, let's see. Welcome to the stream, by the way. The stream, Raise. DWH, I'll stay on the live. Well, you're welcome to always stay on the live. Very welcome to do that.
Maybe you want to start out like that?
We have to have two. Voodoo Mend. Can you hear us okay? High Caliber, 30 million cell phones in UK, no one posting. In UK.
Okay, I need to meet you guys on stream.
Voodoo?
How you guys doing?
Good, Voodoo. So, first of all,
Hello, Voodoo.
Can you hear us? First of all, before we get... So, Voodoo, tell us, first of all, what position you're... Like, what's your position? You're with... on the... in relevance to the Ukrainian conflict, obviously.
Well, I'm actually on the side of the Ukrainians. I believe that they have a right to choose.
Okay.
Because, they don't want to get bullied. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Ukrainians in Europe, and NATO, and UN. Yes. Ukrainians in Europe, NATO.
All right. Well, I'm pro-Ukrainian. I had thought about living there in the future. It's between there and Moldova. And I'm like, they're good people. They're nice people. I believe the Russian people are beautiful people as well. I'm not going to fault any Russian people that I know because, their leader is making poor judgment calls.
So do you think why do you think it's a big deal that Russia went into NATO? Russia's saying that, or into Ukraine. Russia's saying they've told Ukraine for the longest time that they shouldn't join NATO, and Ukraine decided that they had to join NATO, and this is kind of the repercussion of their action. What do you say to that?
Well, I believe it's Ukraine's choice. The thing is when, Putin annexed Crimea in 2014, the Budapest Memorandum kind of went out the window for a lot of countries, even though Putin said, it was because of a revolution. But, it's the same thing. It's the same setup in every country. A little part of it protests, he rolls in. It's the MO. Moldova and Transnistria and stuff, it's the same setup. It's like a repeat of constant situations where, I just truly believe that he now more than ever wants to get the old Soviet Union back together, if not say in name, just in virtue, like all of the, you know,
So
USSR states back together as like one
gotcha. So Blix,
again.
what do you say when someone says that? Again, this war would have happened. Ukraine would have been invaded eventually. You know, their government is made up of Nazis, and they deserve it. You know, the Russians went in to protect the Ukrainians from their Nazi government.
I agree with Voodoo 100%. You got to understand Putin, what he grew up in, okay? Putin was raised in the Soviet USSR military and grew up KGB. And he has that mindset where he wants his country back the way it was. He wants all the cold bloc satellite states back. He wants to push through Europe, push through every country, and establish a Russia empire. Just like the Soviet Union, yes. That's what he grew up in. Okay? It's not the Russian people. The Russian
No,
people are good.
it's not the Russian people. You don't think it's just a buffer? You don't think it's a buffer from the West?
So Doc,
I don't think he wants
which position do you take, Doc? Are you with Doc V?
Oh, definitely with Ukraine. Like, I want to go to Ukraine, but I just think it's a buffer. I don't think he's gonna go to Germany or Poland.
No,
I don't think he's gonna push.
Yeah. So let's go to
I
Artella.
think he has
Artella.
intentions
Yeah. Let's go to Artella for a
to
second. I do
to
so.
annex every country he can
Yeah.
get
I'm
away
gonna,
with.
I'm gonna stop you for a second, just guys, with Blix. So Attila, everybody's saying that the point behind this Russian invasion of Ukraine is because Russia wants to take back the Soviet Union. They have this dream. Putin has this dream of getting back Russia as big as it was back during the Soviet Union days. What do you say to that?
Yeah.
Yes, as I have said before on our first conversation, Western people, they pay too much attention to one person like Putin. He's like a tyrann and the quintessence of evil, so on, so on. But you see that he's not alone in our country, right? And as I have said, there are many elites, so on. And at the moment, ordinary people, I won't say that everyone, but majority, to my estimates, from 40 to 50% of population of Russia directly supports all of this war, and from 20 to 30% they are against.
So, but
And
even
others,
if, sorry
they
to
don't
stop you, but
care.
is this the goal? Is this the goal for Russia to gain the Soviet Union back? That's what they're saying. Russia
Oh,
went
yeah.
into this war because they want the Soviet Union and they want to get all the territory they lost.
Partly, I would agree. For example, as Voodoo said, that but it won't be a Soviet Union by name at any case, and also Soviet Union was Communist Party. We don't need to
Russia
forget that.
Federation.
And current Russia is not communist at all. It's a wild capitalism, wild, not that civilized one, so on. And nowadays, it's a question not of restoring Soviet Union, but to project interests of Russia on neighboring countries.
Are you
Because-
from Russia?
Yes, I'm from Siberia, Altai Republic.
Do you think that this is worth getting the old Soviet Union back in place? Like, what's going on right now? Like, 'cause I'm from America, so I only hear American news.
Yeah, you see, if we take it as an example, there were a lot of republics of Soviet Union that after collapse of Union, they
Attila, we lost the audio there.
with Kazakhstan, with Tajikistan, all this Middle Asian
that.
They,
Why did
okay, you will. You
thousands of
can
troops
see
into
Hold on, let him finish first.
Pakistan and force them to treaties? Pretty much came in there and told Russia came in there and told them, you have to do what I say if you want my help. And that's what
again.
Russia does.
I
They
didn't
come
understand
in
about.
and they annex countries. They've been doing it since he came into power. They annexed Mongolia, they annexed Georgia, they destroyed Chechnya, they annexed Crimea. They've been annexing country by country by country throughout the year.
How can you say that Russia annexed Mongolia? Mongolia
Okay,
is an
why
independent
does
country.
Putin call
As
Europe,
for
Ukrainians, and
Ukraine,
Americans
okay, let
Nazis?
me
Why
simply
does he
finish
call us
our
Nazis and
this.
fascists? Why does he
Uh,
refer to us as
you
Nazis?
understand,
He
please,
acts
that
like
in
we're in
US
World War
you
II.
Hey,
are
It's
hey
using
Guys,
guys,
okay,
one
Russia
at a
let's
time.
other
let's
One at a
let's
time.
superpower
we'll let
where
Artila
he
finish
calls
his point, and
everybody
then we'll continue
fascists
on.
and Nazis, then he declares wars on.
Artila, you can go ahead real quick.
so can I proceed?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Artila.
Okay.
Communism. Communism is the evil empire. You want to
List,
play
if
this
you
kid?
ask him questions, let him answer one.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
Artila finished the question.
Okay, and as I said before, it's maybe, to my opinion, it's a bit of imperialistic mood nowadays in Russia. Of course, there is a tendency to restore the power Russia had being the part of Soviet Union, but not at the old idea of Soviet Union. You see, only projection of interest and power, like USA does in South America, in Middle East, so on. So you see, majority of people in Russia, they're I cannot say that they're afraid, but it deeply have deep worries about this NATO expansion, and we observe situation in Ukraine since 2014, even before, because uh, you remember those situation in Crimea. It's always been Russian speaking, and we had military base there. And even before 2014, Ukrainians they said that they will push out this military base and NATO base will be there, so on, so on. It's only the question of um, defense, defense issues. Yes, I
Can
can
I
say.
ask a question?
Yes, of course.
This whole like how it's displayed on the media in the West is or in America is like the whole like Nazism. Do you really feel that Ukraine is they hold those values? Like I think that's crazy because Ukraine is mixed with a bunch of people. A lot of immigrants go to Ukraine. Ukraine's a nice place.
Of course, I don't think so. I think that 98 to 99% of Ukrainian population cannot be Nazi at all, because we have many Ukrainians living in Russia, many relatives, millions of Ukrainians live in Russia, you see, and they come from Ukraine to work here. They did it before anyway. But you see, there even that 1% of Nazi people, neo-Nazi.
Oh my god, man, this is the big problem.
I'll give you my laptop. Can you set it up?
1 second. So stupid.
And I personally, when I was a student, I suffered from neo-Nazis in Russia. They wanted to fight us, kick us, because I'm Russian
This is gonna. Oh,
Asian.
there's no
You
way you
see,
can
I'm not
stop.
um, and then we observe that this 1% of neo-Nazis, they gain power. They gain power, publicity. No one blames them. Even there is a heroization of them, and it's an objective reality, especially for us, for Russians, because we're a neighboring country. We see it every day, from year to year, and of course, you see the principle of freedom, right? You have freedom. You can do anything But until you limit other people's freedom, right, and rights, if you limit, there is a border you cannot cross.
Mhm.
And here we have this fighting between Ukraine's freedom and Russia's freedom and rights also. We have our own interest, and that's why I see to yes.
I'm gonna bring a question as well, and we'll start with Doc V's. Like there's always this discussion, especially you said you're from the United States and America, and there's this always blame by Americans to the Russian side. That they're occupiers, that they try to get everything by force. But some from Russia will say that the United States has done the same thing, whether it's in Iraq or Afghanistan or wherever. Do you, where does the difference lie? Do you think this is a double standard, by the West against Russia? Do you think that what's happening in Ukraine, by the Russians attacking, invading Ukraine, could be equated to what the United States did in Iraq?
Well, what I'm doing here is right now is trying to get a broader perspective of what's going on, and I want to know from like Russians how they feel. Let me shut the door. But I I do think that it is similar to Iraq, and it is like there's a lot of propaganda going on right now, and I'm just honestly open to opinion, like open to people's perspectives from the area that they're living in, and I want to know what they're hearing, because from the West right now it sounds like they're Ukraine's 100% and Russia is invading them and like blowing up hospitals, and you hear about like hospital, like maternity wards and disability clinics and everything that are getting bombed.
Is it sorry, this is for Blix as well. Do you see that this is comparable to what the example I put, to the United States, for example, invading Iraq? And this is open to you, Vudo, as well. And the United States invading Iraq. Is there a difference between those scenarios? Or do you think this is just a double standard? I mean, when the United States invaded Iraq, you had the vast majority of the Western world stand behind the United States and send troops to support them in Iraq, where in this case, you're seeing the entire world sanction Russia. Do you think it's just a global double standard? Do you think the situations are different?
No, they're the same. They are the same.
Why is the
agree with
world
you.
and the media attention and the
Dictators
people acting completely
and
different?
greedy presidents that have ambition to make themselves richer, to get more power. They've been doing this since the dawn of time.
Biden's not a president.
But what
Look,
about Saddam Hussein gassing the Kurds?
When I went to Iraq, nobody had anything bad to say about Saddam Hussein. They said he fed the people, he made sure they were taken care of, and everything was great. America went there, they fucked everything up, and they killed Saddam Hussein, and their fucking life was hell. So
This seems like a global double standard. Is that you agree with that statement? When we hear that a lot from the Russians and people in Russia, that you judge us on a completely
I'm an
different
American.
metric.
I love America 100%. I fought for our country, but it is a double standard. And the fact that we're not doing anything for Ukraine is totally messed up.
yeah, I agree with that.
So
The thing is,
yeah, the thing here's the other question I will bring forth.
war is
do you
never going to
think-
stop.
Yeah.
Okay? There will always be war. And the reason why is because there's so many different countries. As long as you have different countries and different cultures, they're always going to fight.
But they
They're always
shouldn't
gonna
though.
try to
We're
dominate others.
humans. Humans are different
It's
than
about
other
controlling
creatures.
everything.
Humans are different than other creatures in the sense that we should be able to communicate without fighting. And we thought up to this point that we have passed that era.
No,
Now
we still act like little children fighting over a toy.
Yeah.
That's how bad humanity is.
yeah. Now
That's how far behind humanity is. Instead of fighting, we should work together, bring our resources, and venture out in space. That's the frontier. That's where we need to be going. instead of staying on this fucking planet fighting every day for what meager resources that are left.
You have a point. Now, the other question is about the sanctions, and I see Crimson in here. I'm not sure if you just joined, Crimson. Can you hear us? Okay. Are you looking to get involved in the discussion?
Yeah, man.
Sure. And which side do you sit on?
Neutral.
Neutral. Okay. So we will get into this discussion now. Like the world has sanctioned Russia almost to an extent that we had never seen before. You know, they're sanctioning iPhones, they're sanctioning Facebook, they're sanctioning everybody that's kind of working with Russia. Visa, MasterCard, everything is is stopping services to Russia. Do you think this is the appropriate response?
Yes.
No.
It's another way of warfare without killing people directly.
Sure. I'm going to start
No,
with Voodoo here, if you don't
Okay.
mind, just because he hasn't had a chance to speak a lot there.
Me?
You
Yeah,
know,
Voodoo, go ahead.
The thing is regardless, you know, what's going on in Ukraine right now is an atrocity, and Putin is, you know, outward lying. He's making up things. I watch it, you know, I'm on top of it 24/7, and what's going on there is wrong. Now, do I agree with the whole Iraqi thing? No, I don't. But I also remember the Kurds getting gassed by, you know, Saddam Hussein, and the genocide that was going on there that needed to be stopped. I think there are back doors to everything. I think they'll hurt, but you know, Putin's quick on thinking on his feet. He's not a stupid guy. You know, I kind of assume that he plays chess because, you know, he's bringing things out. It's all textbook, and I really don't think that it's gonna hurt him too bad. The only thing that would really hurt him right now is if they got the barrels of oil prices down. You know, which means that we have to start producing a lot more oil and cutting them off. Yeah.
Showing the Russia to back out or have an impact on what's happening on the ground. Not sure you can hear us, Crimson. Artilla, we'll get back to you then. Oops, sorry. I think you self-muted. I thought I muted. So, do you think that these sanctions are going to do anything on the ground? Is it going to change the situation at all?
Yeah, I don't think so that Russia will just back up because of sanctions. You see, that history started since Soviet times. We have been sanctioned in 2008 when Georgia conflict was, Georgian war, 5 days war. We have been sanctioned 2014. Nowadays, you see, I saw the infogram that Russia is being the most sanctioned country in the world by number of sanctions in history of human life. And actually, majority of people in Russia nowadays are welcoming those sanctions because you see, since Soviet Union collapsed, Russia hadn't our own production, our own manufacturing. Everything has been moved to China, Europe. We importing things, and you see, people want new jobs to be created, to have our own factories, so on, so on. And since 2014, there started like a big tendency to industrialization, to moving factories from Europe to Russia. Many foreign companies have come to Russia and established their factories. Many big brands. Of course, now
Well, I wonder what Blix had to say about that. Blix, you're saying so. Artilla is saying that the Russians are happy with the sanctions. A lot of them don't care. They think it'll make people buy more local. It'll grow Russian companies.
agree. I have friends that are in Russia and it said that they're suffering, that they can't get any money except for like a Bitcoin, and that's about it. That their ruble is worth nothing. They can't get US dollars because all the rich people, like bankers and rich people and elite people, took all the dollars out of the banks and saved it for themselves. So, yeah, they're every day they're running out of money to get food. Plus, food is skyrocketing, for them and everything else. So, yeah, they're locked up in their houses, their apartments, suffering. And by every day that goes by, it's going to hurt them harder and harder and harder.
Are you suffering locked up in your house?
Neither, of course not, and not any of my relatives and friends are suffering. Of course, I have said before that from 20 to 30% of population are against this war, and they can say we are suffering from that, from this. By the way, Blix is not right on the prices skyrocketing. There is an increase, but it's sufferable. It's okay. There was an increase in prices before the conflict. Nowadays, also inflation, of course.
How long though,
So how can you buy stuff
Yep.
when the ruble is worth zero? When it
And
has no
usually,
worth?
I can tell you that usually people who are telling that they're suffering much, so on, they are just not earning enough. They are not hard workers. They're
I agree with that. Your pay there is very little because your dictator Putin is greedy.
Artilla,
Give me a point.
I cannot agree with that. Actually, cannot agree with that. Our family's revenue and wealth of family and relatives also have risen from 5 to 7 times, I think, since Putin came to power. Before that, my father was a civil pilot. He earned $100 a month. Civil pilot with high qualification. He flew civil planes in northern conditions like in Canada. And I remember when I was a child, Canadian air pilots came to exchange experience with him from Canada to Yakutia in the north of Russia. But $100 a month he earned before Putin came to power in Yeltsin time. But when Putin came to power, of course, he got from $2,000 to $3,000 a paycheck. Of course, our revenue, like wealth of our family and many other families, have just risen. And
So
also,
Russian citizens are happy that he changed the laws where he's dictator for life. And there's
but
no
you see,
more voting. So you
actually,
can't
I
vote in your country. Is it
9
true you can't vote in your country anymore?
that
It's
we have
true, right?
dictated. We have
You
all our
can't
rights.
have
We have
votes.
all
You
our
can't
rights.
vote for.
With
And see,
internet,
that's the thing.
by
It's even
internet,
getting like that in our country where we can't even vote. And it's like that in China. It's like that in Korea. A lot of countries are turning like that where you can't vote anymore
but we
because
can
these
vote.
leaders want to stay
I
in absolute power.
voting process, I go vote, and all my relatives go and vote. We have transparent voting, I think, because we have every video cameras installed everywhere. Because liberals, they always say those votings are unfair, so on, so on. And since 2000, this process it improved very much. There are
Changed the laws a couple
international
years ago where he's power for life. I'm pretty sure I read that and saw that on news.
Okay, Blix, let's just take a big step back here. Let's hear what Crimea has to say within regards to sanctions. So, Crimea, the mic is yours.
Yeah. So, I think that in the short term, the sanctions will probably work less than people think about it, because of course, they can do damage to Russia, but they will affect so much every other country in the world. So if you pay attention in the last days, you can notice that several countries that are attacking Russia in the propaganda, meaning they are already step back. That's because the inflation will kill every poor people in their countries now. So they will affect in the short term more other countries than Russia, because Russia prepared herself for that. Russia and China are buying gold since 2014. So and
Gold is worth nothing.
enlarging
Is
enlarging
gold
their
going to save you in an all-out world war? I don't think so.
no,
Because
yeah,
I'd rather
they
have a
can.
gun. I'd rather
They
have
can use
bullets.
gold.
Because
Uh,
if I have a
Let me
gun and
say
bullets,
one
I
thing.
can shoot you, kill you, and take your gold. Is gold going
Uh,
to save you from that? No, it ain't.
you can enter Moscow and get their gold. You can enter China and get their gold.
Are you happy and you feel good about like being allies with this is an honest question, but being allies with China? Like China has
I'm
committed
not
atrocities.
Russian. I'm not Russian. I'm
Oh,
from
okay.
Brazil, so
I'm
I'm
sorry.
totally neutral.
I
Okay.
can answer.
So the short term is that we affect more other countries than Russia, and in the long term, this will bite U.S. in the ass. I'm sorry to say that, but that sanction of blocking the the reserves of Russia will turn on one big alert for every other country to, well, I can have my reserves in dollar because US has the power to subjudge me to a place where I can't do anything. So every great country will start to shift from dollar for his natural reserve.
So
So this
Crimson,
will make a great impact in the long term. You know.
so Crimson's
Mr.
saying,
Geek, I have a comment. Yes, later.
so Crimson's
US
basically saying that the world is going to be impacted from those sanctions a lot more than Russia is, because Russia's been preparing for this sanctions for some time. Now, Doxv, you asked a very interesting question. Feel free to repeat that question. Then I think Artilla's the Russian side, so he's perfect for answering that. So we'll give Artilla the
problem
chance to answer.
is the government and an administration we have right now. That's the problem with the U.S.
Okay, Doc V,
It'll be
feel
done
free
in
to
4
take the mic.
years. Okay, what was the question?
Three more.
Again, I'm sorry.
I think it was, do you feel happy as having, China as an ally of Russia, as a Russian?
Yeah, no, I think I mean we were fed such horrible propaganda against China, and I'm sure China has nice aspects to it, but China is looked at the boogeyman right now. China and Russia,
China is
and
sitting in the background waiting for their chance to move in.
the whole
China wants to
China
see
Taiwan
everybody go
issue.
to war, slaughter each other. And then
Let me
China wants to move in and clean house.
let me add one information to you guys from US. Do you know that China holds 3.2 trillion dollars of bank reserves? That means that is 10% of your total debt. So if they sell their
I have no
reserves,
debt with China. What are you
they
talking
can
about?
what?
Hey Blix, let him talk. It's interesting.
Yeah, that's.
So
feel
if
free.
China sells his 10% reserves, start selling, uh, it can create a huge wave of other countries selling. So the dollar will lose power, and your debt inside of US will get more expensive to pay. So this war, I believe 100% that China is involved, but this war can be more economic of
War
often
is
a hot war.
economical too.
You know,
Yeah,
this
I
war
agree
can
with
be a
that.
facade for that.
It's
Let's
an
say,
economical war, and right now it's a conventional war.
Okay, so we're talking about economics. The first thing before we go on and shift on to the next topic that I have in mind, we'll let Artilla kind of state his point.
Yes, I have a comments on 2 points that were discussed before. First of all, everyone forgets that there is one important effect of all these sanctions. Ordinary people of Russia, they feel attacked. Thus, we just consolidate. You always say Putin that,
How do you
but
feel
the
attacked?
ordinary
What is the
majority of people
justification
have
for
control.
invading Ukraine? Did Ukraine attack you?
Go
You
ahead,
can
Art.
talk. So, thus we think that we feel that all Can you mute him for some time, please?
Mm-hmm.
I
Attacking
can tell my
Ukraine.
because of Bleak stalking.
No, hey, Blix, though, for real, like it would be better for us to like understand their point of view, like that, like you gotta listen to them.
I do
Can I
listen to him
continue?
every day.
Okay. So as I said, we are just now, at the moment, at this day, are consolidating because we see that wave of Russophobia, attacks on all Russians, because no one says only Putin is evil or government is evil. In every news, in every accident, there is Russians. No one separates, okay? And especially when Meta pronounced that they allow to call for violence against Russian soldiers in Ukraine in several countries, that just made many people infurious here in Russia. And Instagram, even it will be banned 2 days later, Instagram. But all my whom I know and who shares same opinion as me, we just canceled our accounts in Instagram instantly. Uh, the second point with China. You see, China is a long history neighbor of Russia. We had like from medieval age being neighbors. Maybe waged like 2, 3 conflicts on the border, so on, so on. But we are used to each other. They respect us. We respect them. All border conflicts are solved long ago, and now we are interested only in trade. They are
Yeah,
interested in our
that's
resources, of
why
course,
Russia and
and we.
China went into Mongolia and split Mongolia in half.
So,
Buddy.
Mongolia is completely independent state. I have been to Mongolia 4 times. I live on the border with
No,
Mongolia,
it's not.
and we share the
Mongolia is
border
split in
with
half.
China. And Mongolia, they
Russia
are just
owns the
peaceful
northern
people,
part of
and they
Mongolia.
live their own life.
Let the man talk, man.
No, that's not right. That's not completely right. Completely not right. Yes, I can assure you, Blix, that Mongolia is completely independent state, and they have
Yeah.
nothing to do other than be friends with both countries. Russia. No one conscripted Mongolians. They cannot. They are foreigners. They cannot be in Russian army. There is no single Mongolian in Russian army. I can assure you. They are different nation. How can you conscript them? They have their own army, small, but they have.
Wasn't
No,
Mongolians against China at
you
one
are
point?
really mistaken with Buryatians,
Yeah, a long,
Turkmenians,
long
Altai
time ago.
people like me, because we have Russian Asians here in Russia, but we're Turks, people, not Mongolian. They're different.
ISIS Syrians.
Dude,
Why
you
are
gotta
they
stop believing everything that's on American news, bro. All that shit's garbage.
known for slaughtering people?
Are you getting your like info from CNN? Because like you need to stop listening to mainstream media. They're all bullshit.
I just
Honestly.
couldn't
That's true.
understand Blix. Sorry.
I mean, I fucking live in Georgia, and I don't listen to the only goddamn news channel I listen to is OAN and Sky News, because they actually tell you the fucking truth. Do your goddamn research. All these fucking Fox News motherfuckers and CNN and all this, like Trump warned everybody that this shit was gonna happen if this fucking dipshit got in the White House, and here we fucking are.
That
And here
language.
we fucking
Don't
are.
listen.
It's funny. Like, hold on, real quick. I don't mean to cut you off, Russian guy. I don't know your name. That's why I say Russian guy. Don't take that the wrong way. Listen, listen, Blix. I don't know you, but I'm just gonna tell you now, dude. I'm 34 years old, and I've been fucking, dude. It's just like, goddamn 9/11. They tried to blame that bullshit on the Middle East. All these Democrats do is start war. If you actually fucking pay attention to history and do your own research instead of letting the media think for you, I don't know if that's what you do. Obviously, you don't do too much research, but if you fucking pay attention, all Democrats have ever done the entire time they've ever been in the fucking White House, they're the same motherfuckers that started slavery, they started the KKK, they started all that garbage. The Republican Party, I mean, good guy, at one point were fucking dumbasses, but Trump and a lot of Trump and the rest of the Republicans now are. Trump was basically the modern. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Do your goddamn research. Trump was basically the modern day Abe Lincoln. That's why they fucking demonized him. He didn't take any money from the government. He fucking warned. He was buddies with.
Hold on. after
hold
the
on,
election
hold on.
was stolen and there was proof of it,
Yes,
and not one
and
single
George is fixing to release all of the ballot harvesting.
fucking overthrow this corrupt Democrat Party.
Exactly, but hold on. Let me finish what I was saying there. Yeah,
So all these Republicans are gonna put up with 3 years of bullshit.
All right, guys. Let's not change the topic and shift on to American politics right now.
Grow
Yeah, we're
balls.
talking
my
about
bad,
Ukraine
my
right now.
bad. I'm just so tired of people like thinking like just following the news and believing everything they say. I was just trying to clear that up. Don't fucking listen to
give
them.
my
That's all I'm
view
saying.
as
If you hate the
as an
Democrat
Thank you though
Party
for the
so
respectful
much,
twists. I think that's how you say it, twisted. Okay, now I want to shift on to back to this Russian-Ukrainian thing. Now we have different oppositions. We have pro-Ukrainian, pro-Russian, and we have neutral. So I want to hear from each side where they think this war is going and how they think it will end. And who wants to start? You want to start off, Artie?
Fucking good luck, bro.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Let me first. I think it will take maybe from several weeks to several months to end this conflict, and I think the result will be that eastern part of Ukraine will go to like be independent, but actually will be under Russia,
Can we
and
and
Russia will also take.
man.
can we mute the people that are not talking? That whoever's got the floor. Can we
Yeah,
like
I'm
mute
gonna-
everybody
I'm
else
gonna go-
until the guys?
I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Go ahead, Artie. Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry, something went wrong, right?
Go ahead. I'm about to mute everybody, and I'll let you speak right now. Go ahead. Floor is yours. Are you with us?
I'm sorry, something went wrong.
Pardon?
I think Art had the floor actually.
Yeah, Art. That's what I'm saying. Artie, if you'd like to go ahead and take the floor as well. I'm gonna mute everybody just so that you can have your time to speak without being interrupted.
I'm sorry, do you hear me
Yeah,
now?
I hear you. I think we all.
Oh, yeah. The result will be, like I said, the eastern part will become in commas independent, but under Russian influence, and also the south of Russia. South of Ukraine, like connecting Crimea with eastern part of Ukraine. Other part of Ukraine will stay, but devastated and will be a buffer between Russia and NATO.
I can't hear anything Art's saying because everyone keeps like.
I tried to mute everybody. I think there's only like 2 people muted. Okay. I forget who was speaking on the pro-Ukrainian side. Okay, Voodoo, you wanna speak on that, and then maybe we'll get Blitz. And then we'll get to you, Twisted. Voodoo, you still with us? Here, let's. There you go.
Yeah, we can hear you. If you can mute yourself, Damon, if you don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead. So where?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, which side do you? You're on the Ukrainian side. Where do you think this is gonna go, and how do you think this war with Ukraine and Russia is gonna end?
All right. Well, let me mute Damon because I keep on hearing the playback through. All right.
Yep, that's fine.
There we go. All right. So I think Putin's not going to stop, and this is going to go on for a while, and a lot of people are going to die needlessly. You know, and you know, I'm at the point where I'm ready to sell off some of my stuff and try to get some gear and go over and help the Ukrainians fight, because, you know, that's where I am in that whole thing.
Mm-hmm. Do you think this is going to be, you know, a battle that if Russia were to take over, you know, Ukraine, are they going to withdraw, or do you think they're going to kind of stabilize in the country?
Well, I think they're going to put in their own puppet government and make, you know, 2 different states. Well, 3 different states within Ukraine, and have them formally recognized or whatever. But as long as, you know, anything is a country is occupied by another country, they can never join the UN anyways, which is why, you know, Putin's done what he's done, especially like for Moldova and everything else, because that's part of what he's going to be going for next, you know, once he finishes up in Ukraine, if there's anything left. You know, my heart goes out to those people on both sides. You know, a lot of these Russian soldiers didn't know what they were getting themselves into. They were lied to. And some of them know. And, you know, unfortunately, you know, this is war.
Mm-hmm.
And it sucks because I thought we were beyond atrocities like this, you know.
Okay, now we'll go ahead and go to Doc V, which is neutral, and then we'll get the rest of you guys if you guys want to add any comments here.
Mr. Geek, I think Damon is making echo, and that's why we can't hear.
Damien?
But
he's muted. He's muted.
Icon is working.
Here, let's see. But Doc, if you'd like to go ahead and we'll get your perspective on this. Where do you think this war is going to go, and how do you think it's going to end? Doc V, you with us? All right, he might not be here. We'll get Twisted on here, and you can give us your thoughts on this.
Oh, okay. Well, I have a bit of a different thought on all this shit. Honestly, I believe that unfortunately they probably will be successful with Ukraine. Honestly, what I believe is Putin, and I could be completely wrong, but I'm pretty sure Putin is to the point where he's trying to take back the Baltic states, the states. I said steaks. I'm hungry. Take back the Baltic states so that he can bring back the Soviet Union, and then being that they're allied with China, China's obviously going to go after Taiwan if this shit's successful with Russia. And they're pretty much, I mean, they are our 2 supposedly biggest enemies. I don't know how true that is. But I mean, I don't too much know about the conflict between all that. I just know that, you know, Soviet Russia was a very powerful nation at one time, and he's trying to get that back. And what a lot of people don't realize, because they don't do their research, is that Russia actually has weaponry, hypersonic missiles, and they also have an EMP bomb that is undetectable and untraceable by any fucking technology. And all they have to do is get enough land and become powerful enough, along with China, to send that EMP over the U.S. and wipe out our entire power structure. And that's the only way they're going to take us down, because they can't make it to us by naval alone, because there's, you know, we have the most powerful naval fleet in the world, and you know, there's 20 nuclear submarines in the world, and we own 11 of them. The only way that they, like I said, that they're even going to get to us is by wiping out our power grid and destroying our economy with cyber war, which I'm pretty sure is what they're all planning on doing. I wouldn't put it past them. This guy is completely, I mean, he is nuts, but at the same time, the reason he didn't strike when Trump was in office is because Trump was threatening to blow everybody away, which is what we needed. But hold on. But as far as this war, yeah, I think it's all I mean, it's all set up. Like I really believe Biden is buddy with fucking Russia because his son and the whole Russian scandal thing that went on with his son. Like they're trying to the Democrats are trying to collapse America, and what better way to do that than to start fucking war? The only fucking reason Putin went into Ukraine like he did is because we got Herbert the pervert in the fucking White House, and this moron pulled out all of our fucking troops out of Afghanistan and made us look completely weak to the rest of the world. So, honestly, how I think it's going to go is I think that China and Russia is going to take over those lands and become powerful. They have Iran on their fucking side, which is one of the most powerful nations in the world, even though they're tiny. And I think they're going to actually try to go against us. I mean, they're going to have a hell of a time because Russia or America alone, if we have the right leadership, we could take on China and Russia by ourselves alone. But Russia at the same time, though, I don't know because I'm conflicted on it because the UK is the second most powerful nation in the world and they're our fucking greatest ally. So UK is not fixing to sit there and let Russia get away with this shit either, which they're already helping Ukraine. So I don't know. It could go either way. But I'm just telling y'all, like, I believe that if Russia is successful, China's going to do what they're doing, and then they're going to try to, they might be successful, and then we're going to have a bigger problem on our hands. But, I mean, other than that, if the UK, if we can get this fucking moron out of the White House in time by November and get the right people in there, we can, I don't know. I just feel like it's all, well, we can't do anything. We can't, yeah, we're gonna be doing, but I mean, the only way we can't do anything until all the swing states release all of the ballot harvesting videos that they say they have, and they're fixing to do that. But I'm just saying. And that's the other point. I'm sorry. The other. I'm sorry. Last thing, and I'll let somebody else speak. Yeah. I think also what's gonna happen is I think Biden had, he knew this shit was gonna happen. Our government has been trying to put us in martial law and control us for the longest, and the best way to initiate martial law and complete total control over a nation is war. That is the best way to stay in power too. You cannot unseat a president in a time of war. So I mean, like that's where I think all this shit's going. Like America, everyone's worried. They're distracting you with Ukraine so they can fuck America. Like that's.
Now we're gonna go on to a more topic that I think people get a little bit heated about in terms of what they think. Now, I do want to mention before I go forward that there is on top of this lounge, there's a voice chat. So anybody that wants to put in a comment, you feel free to type one in, and then that way we'll know that you want to put in a comment and we'll unmute you. But we'll start off. Do you think it's possible that Russia might end up nuking Ukraine? And what do you think the world will react if they nuke? The first person that message, I'll let them go ahead and put in their comments. Damien, we'll put you on. There is on top of this lounge, there's a voice chat. So anybody that wants to put in a comment, you feel free to type one in, and then that way we'll know that you want to put in a comment and we'll unmute you. But we'll start off.
Okay, so what was the question again? I'm kind of conflicted. I doubt they would because, like I said a minute ago, if they nuke Ukraine and Ukraine just joined the EU, which is basically like EU's NATO, pretty much. I don't think they're stupid enough to try to nuke Ukraine because if they do that, they're gonna have UK, and then if they're gonna have the UK on their asses, and then if the UK gets attacked, we're gonna be on their asses because that's our greatest ally. So I don't think that they would try that, but then again, I don't know. And I feel like if they did, then yeah, all hell would break loose. So I don't know. I don't know. That's a question. Maybe somebody else with a little bit more knowledge than I have, which I'm pretty knowledgeable, but I never thought of that one. So I would say I would say that normally in normal circumstances, no, but Putin's kind of lost his fucking mind, so maybe I don't know. I,
His mic's not on. Okay, let's get Crimson.
Not on Ukraine. He might attack Poland, I think, or Finland, because Finland is not NATO, so it's more easy for him to. He send a weak nuke. Will not be a very powerful nuke, you know.
If he comes to Finland, I will kill every Russian that cross the border. I'm in Jaeger Brigade.
Man,
Okay, I'm in Jaeger Brigade. I
I'm
will
saying
destroy
by a
every fucking
strategic
Spetsnaz
point.
bastard that comes
Forerunner,
across
let's
the
keep that
border.
respectful.
Let's get that straight.
From a strategic point of view, Finland is a great candidate because it's not NATO. But if he attacks NATO, 80% of being Poland and can be Turkey, because he can. One of the reasons that he is attacking Ukraine might be for granting the access of the Mediterranean Sea. So if is that is one of the major things he wants, Turkey is in danger.
So I don't know if I'm
On
able to
Ukraine,
speak here.
he might.
So I'm just gonna say that I don't think it'll come to Russia nuking Ukraine. I don't think that is wise for the Russian leadership, because I think it's not part of their mission. Right? They have a goal, an objective in Ukraine, to deter Ukraine from joining NATO and to make sure that the Ukraine is under their wing. I don't think the Russian forces want to occupy Ukraine. It's too much work and a big headache, and they will lose a lot of soldiers in the process. So it's not a smart even move by the Russian forces, and I don't think that is their intent. I think the only time that you may see Russia using nuclear weapons or bioweapons, if you want to use that as well, I think is if they feel they're at risk of losing the war. I think if you see the Russian forces at risk of losing the war and they feel that this may really be a war that they lose, they will nuke. And I really don't think the global community is going to do anything. I think you may hear talk similar to what you heard at the very beginning of this war, is threats and threats of sanctions and threats of military involvement. But the world is, leaders of the world know that Putin is crazy and he will end the world, essentially. I mean, if you get enough nuclear weapons going on, and Russia, 1/10 of the Russian nuclear arsenal will end the world. So it'll really come to how wise the global leaders will be at that moment in time, whether they will use their emotions. And if they do use their emotions, they may. I don't think it's likely, but if they do use their emotions, you're gonna get a global disaster, and it will be primarily the end of this planet. So I really don't think that will happen, though. I think if there is some small-scale nuclear weapons used in Ukraine, you will hear a lot of condemnation. You'll hear a lot of threats. You'll hear a lot of countries saying we will get involved if this happens again. If we see nuclear weapons again, we will do this and that and that. But I don't think it'll actually happen. And I think Russia, on the other hand, Russia will never use nuclear weapons outside of Ukraine. They may use them in Ukraine because Ukraine right now is becoming this middle buffer ground that no one really wants to get involved in. I can tell you from an example, I'll tell you why I believe that. Like I said, I brought this example before, but a single United Kingdom or a British soldier that worked for the Queen, this is a couple of days ago, left his duties to go fight in Ukraine as part of the volunteer army. You know what the United Kingdom, the British Army intelligence did? Did they give him a pat on the back? No. They're hunting for him now. They want him to come back. And why is that? That is because they don't want Russia to perceive that a part of the British army is involved in this war. If we're talking about one soldier, a single soldier that of his own will decided to leave, and now they fear that Russia would perceive that as British involvement. Can you imagine them actually sending an actual military or using their own rockets or their own soldiers fighting in this war, it's never gonna happen. I really think it'll never happen, no matter how bad the Ukraine Russia treats the Ukraine.
Let's go ahead and bring Damien on. He's been waiting some time, so let's go ahead and hear what you have to say, Damien.
But one soldier, a single soldier that on his own way.
Yep, Damien. Damien, you with us? I think. Hello, Damien. Can you hear us, or? Spiritual says I can hear you. Damien, we can't hear you, so
I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys know. I heard Damon. I was trying to. If you guys want to tell him, I don't know if y'all are hearing it. But it's like whenever one of us talks and he turns his mic on, all you hear is us getting repeated. But I still heard him like over that. But it's like repeating everything we're saying at like a later. It's
yeah,
like
I think
it's like his
he's
connection
watching
is
it through
behind.
the stream. That's why he's watching it through the stream, and so.
Oh, okay. Well, you can give him his spot back. Somebody let him know though, and maybe if he turns off the stream and joins Discord, he won't have that issue. I'm not gonna take his turn from him like that. Yeah, no, that's fine. So, what Tube said there a minute ago? Wait, did he leave or is he still here? Red Tube, where?
He's
or
not here.
Tube
He left.
News.
Yeah.
Oh shit. He actually made a good point. I don't. Now that he mentioned that, like, I don't feel like. I don't know, man. Like, I feel like. Poland tried to send us, their MiG 82s or whatever the fuck they're called, planes for us to send over there to Russia, and I think we denied that. But I don't know, man. Like, yeah, I forgot what the fuck I was actually gonna say. Something that Tube had said when he was in here, but I kind of agree with him. I don't really see Russia using nukes outside of Ukraine at the moment. But like I said earlier, if he is. I don't even think they're going to take over Ukraine. Ukraine's fucking holding their own against Russia. Russia went over there and acted like they were all big and bad, and they can't even take out a little country like you. I mean, Ukraine's not little, but it's like a medium to small country.
Yep.
But and they're having difficulty with that. So like, I think he's right. If they used a nuke outside of Ukraine, they would have to deal with the UK, and the UK would blow them off the map because the UK is the second most powerful nation on the planet. Next to us. So I think he's right. I didn't think about that earlier, or I would have said that. Yeah, I think he might be right. I think what's gonna happen is he's gonna get fed up with this shit and he's gonna try something, and honestly he might fail because he has one of his generals that put a fucking hit on him, and somebody eventually is going to take that $1 million hit that the Russian general put on Putin's head. Somebody is going to take that. That's why Putin hasn't come out of his hiding place, because he knows somebody's going to knock his ass off, and all it's going to take is somebody from within inside could fucking take him out. All they got to do is just be like, you know what, fuck this guy, fuck this war. I'm gonna walk in there and act like I need to get him something and just blow his head off. Like that's what the fuck needs to happen, honestly. And I feel like that could happen. I mean, he wouldn't be the first president or dictator in history to be assassinated by his own people. So, that could very well, that Tube guy could have been right. That could be very well be a thing. All right, my bad, Damon. Go ahead.
Yeah, Damon, go ahead.
I agree with you 100% on everything you said. Listen, the only way Putin's going to use a nuke is if he gets backed into a corner and realizes how bad he's losing. If he does use a nuke, the United States, the UK is going to get involved. And that's the beginning of World War III, if this isn't already. I tell you, the United States isn't doing enough right now. There should be a no-fly zone over that area. We agreed, we signed a petition to protect them when they gave up those nukes. And how in the hell are we protecting them? Just by giving them some javelins or something else? That's bullshit. We need to be over there doing our due diligence and our duty that we agreed and signed to. That's my feelings on it.
Do you think that maybe the USA doesn't want to go into Ukraine because they fear they might get caught in the conflict, and then maybe that conflict that was started between Russia and Ukraine is now a Russian-USA conflict, which could evolve into a real full-scale war that, again, both sides don't want to get caught into, but are kind of forced to be put in that position?
Absolutely, I agree with you on that too. But let me just tell you, Putin already said by these sanctions and by us giving them the military equipment, he's already declared war. He said that's an act of war. So what the hell's the difference? You know, it's either going to be now or it's going to be later. The United States is so afraid. This administration, not the United States, don't get me wrong, the people of the United States are going to stand up at a certain time here, and it's coming very soon. They think January 6th was an insurrection. Wait till they find out what's going to happen when Biden continues to be a coward. He is corrupt. He's compromised by Russia, and that's why he's dragging his feet. He doesn't know what he's doing, and it's showing every day, especially with the vice president going to Poland and acting like a complete fucking imbecile. Excuse me, about a complete imbecile. You know, the United States needs to stand up and show these people why we are the United States and why we are the strongest military. As long as Biden's in there, he's tearing our military apart, and it's killing us. The people now know that we're afraid of Putin. No, not we, but this administration is afraid of Putin, and they're afraid that they're going to kick off the war quicker than they want it to. There's already a war coming. It's not going to happen on our land. But there's already a war coming, and these idiots need to go ahead and take... How long are the people of the United States going to sit back and watch these Ukrainians die?
Do you think the American people would like to go into this war with the Ukrainians, or is it kind of like other conflicts where they kind of say, you know what, our soldiers, our citizens are valuable? In that aspect, we don't want them to go into a conflict that we're not directly a part of.
No, the Americans don't. I don't think the people want to go into a conflict, but they're forced to go, and they realize that. And the American people are compassionate. They aren't going to sit back and watch these hospitals get bombed and everything else, and us not do nothing except watch it on the fake news. So yes, and they did a poll on that recently, and there's 60-some% of the American people said we should be over there doing more, especially with a no-fly zone. And if the American people agree to a no-fly zone, they know what that entails and what could come of that, and they're willing to take that chance. We cannot sit back and watch Putin run this world. Putin and Xi Jinping are trying to take over this world. That's part of that NWO, New World Order. It's bullshit, and the American people better stand up and quit tucking their tail between their fucking legs. Now, I'm a veteran. I fought I thought 3 tours in a war, and this shit don't sit well with me either.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. Okay. Again, does anybody else have any comments on that? We'd be more than happy to open it up. I think Twisted might have a comment here. Twisted.
Yeah, I just wanted to agree with Damon there. It's absolutely. I don't know. I don't want to get biblical on people because it's a touchy subject. But I mean that I believe strongly in that, and this could very well be the beginning of World War III and the New World Order. The New World Order shit is a very real thing. A lot of people are brainwashed to not believe that, but they put it in your face every day with everything. But yes, I do. He's basically said what I said earlier. China is psychotic. GC, whatever the fuck is. I don't even want to try to say his name. He's a fucking lunatic. Putin's a lunatic. They're, like I said, they are best friends. And they know that if they can take over the Baltic states and China can take over Taiwan and whatever other fucking little nation they want to take over, then they seem to think that they could take us out. But what they don't fucking realize, like I said earlier, is that when Donald Trump was in the office, he put 200 or 600, I think, $billion or $1 million into our military and our air command, and we have a fucking space station that can shoot fucking nukes out of the sky, and they're not coming to our fucking land ever. Like, they have to get past our naval fleet. They seem to think that even we could, like I said, we literally by our fucking selves could take on China and Russia by ourselves. It would be a hard fought battle, but we would win. We might need a little bit of assistance from like the UK and some of our allies, but we could literally obliterate China and Russia. It doesn't matter how fucking big they get. They don't have the weaponry and the advanced technology that we have. The only thing that Russia has is that EMP, from what I've heard over the years. I don't necessarily know if that's true. Damon might, because he's been in the military. I don't know if that's true, but I have heard that he supposedly has an undetectable EMP. But if he can even get it over here, then that would probably be the only way he could take us out. And I'm not worried about their cyber warfare, because there is a hacker group in our country called Anonymous who has already threatened Russia and is already attacking Russia with cyber warfare. And Anonymous is somebody you don't fuck with, because they can take out your whole fucking infrastructure in seconds. And they're already threatening China and Russia, which I think is why they haven't tried to hack us. But yeah, I agree with him on all that shit. This is the New World Order. Biden's a part of it. They're all part of the Rothschilds and the Bilderberg and the Trilateral Commission. If you guys don't know what the Trilateral Commission is, it's a commission that gets paid to rebuild nations, and they only get paid in war times, and they're all evil. It's all fuckery. It's all it is. And Biden's doing this shit to cover the fact that his little punk ass son is in collusion with Russia. And yeah, it's all a big fucking, it's all a show. You guys, I hope y'all are all open minded to this shit, because you know he's absolutely right. I'm glad I found somebody else online, or heard somebody else online bring this shit up other than just me. I thought I was the only one here that did that. But yeah, I'm not real worried about them taking over and shit, because even if they fucking did, like I said, they are going. Russia's next door to our best fucking ally. Like, UK will fucking demolish Russia. Like, they could demolish Russia by themselves. China, maybe not, because China has the most amount of ground troops, more ground troops, soldiers than anybody else in the world. But that's nothing if you go over there and drop a nuke on them. Like, that's pretty much depleted. China's not really that big of a threat unless they take over Taiwan, and they have Iran. So I mean that could be kind of an issue, but right now. Oh, go ahead.
Do you think Russia, now that again we've seen them kind of go into a conflict with Ukraine and trying to invade it, does Russia, in your opinion, look stronger, weaker, or just the same as you predicted?
Russia looks absolutely weak as fuck. They can't even take over Ukraine. How the fuck do they like, that's what I'm saying. Like, right now, like, that's what I was trying to say. Fuck. Goddamn. I'm sorry. My brain gets scattered sometimes. I have ADHD. Right now they're embarrassing themselves. I mean, they had their whole fucking like line of fucking military tanks, and somehow they all got disabled. I don't know. Like, how are you such a big ass nation and you're threatening the world with your psychotic tyranny, but yet you can't even, your own people hate you, and you can't even take over a country like Ukraine. Not saying Ukraine's weak, because Ukrainians are fucking, I am so proud of that country. That is true fucking democracy. That is the definition of when your own president fucking joins you in war, that is a real fucking democratic country. The Democrats here are fucking clowns, and this is not a real democracy. What we're going through is tyranny. What they're going through is democratic, is real true democracy, and they deserve all the help they can get. I don't think we should go over there. Like, I don't think we should send our ground troops over there, but I do think we should supply them ammunition. Like, I think it's Wisconsin or Minnesota or somebody that's making all these like 1 million rounds and sending it over there to them. That's the shit we need to do. We need to, like he said, live up to, or whoever said it earlier, live up to our fucking contract that we made with them and supply them with more than just the fucking what was the anti-tank missile shit that he called it earlier? I can't remember. But we need to supply them with A1 Abrams tanks. Those are the most powerful tanks. I'm not even in the military and I know this shit. We need to supply them with fucking just every goddamn thing that we have. We have enough military gear. We could equip all of our allies and still not even be depleted. Like, we need to be supporting them 100% as far as equipment. But going back to what you said, I think Russia looks completely pathetic right now. It's actually hilarious. I think I'd be a little bit more worried about Iran. If any nation in this world, I'd be more worried about Iran because they actually have superb nuclear power right now, and it's kind of scary. And they're crazier than Russia and China put together. So at any point in time, Iran could literally nuke anybody. They won't nuke us because they can't we'll shoot it out of the sky. But I'm just saying, if they wanted to start problems, that's who we should be worrying about, is Iran, not Russia. Fuck Russia. Russia's weak right now. But sorry, I'm talking too much. Somebody else go. Damon, go ahead. Did it have anything to do with Iran, perhaps? Or China, or...
Okay. Oh, that's what it was. Okay, I got it. So earlier yesterday, we heard, Putin come out and say there's a lot of weaponry that was supposedly going to the Ukrainian army that they were able to kind of capture. A lot of jets and a lot of, at least by his words, a lot of machinery, tanks, anti-tank missiles, all of that stuff that went into their hands rather than the Ukrainian army. Do you think that is something that might deter a lot of countries to stop supporting Ukraine? And do you think and
sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's fine. And in terms of foreign volunteers, we've heard Putin as well mention the fact that, there's a lot of volunteers. I think he mentioned 17,000 that want to fight on behalf of Russia in exchange for Ukraine trying to gather people to come in and really battle with them. What are your thoughts on that? And
well, I'm gonna let him answer about the volunteers. I don't know shit about that. But what was your first part of that question again?
Western European military supplies that are supposed to go to Ukraine.
They got captured. No, I don't think that's gonna be a problem because again, it's Western and European weaponry that got captured by the Russians. Obviously, they would be stupid to even try. Like, if we built it and Europe built it, I'm pretty sure they would know how to counter their own shit that they built. So I mean, like that's not. I don't feel like that's gonna deter anything or even be a problem. Because if you try to use it against Ukraine or us or whoever, like I said, we could just disable it or destroy it. I mean, we built it, they built it. It's like building your own. It's like building a car. You built a car and then somebody takes it and you could just disable it because you know what I mean? Like, yeah. But as far as the other part, I'm gonna let Damon answer that because I don't know on that part.
Thank you. Okay, first of all, let me answer that one first. What I've read and what I've seen from my contacts, that is pure Russian propaganda. I've seen nothing that stated that is a fact. Now, what I have seen as a fact is that a lot of Russians had abandoned their tanks and they found a whole bunch of tanks in an open field of Russian tanks where the Russian soldiers had given up, and the Ukrainians took their tanks. Now, I did hear Wait a minute, I'm trying to read. Can you hear me? Okay. So I did hear what you're talking about, but there has been nothing approved of that, or nothing verified, I should say. And I think that's complete Russian bullshit. And the reason they're saying that is because in Russia, I don't know if anybody here is from Russia, but in Russia, they have no access to the internet or to the outside news, only what Putin is telling them. And Putin has fed them full of so much bullshit and so much lies, it's not true. It's ridiculous. They showed Russian soldiers that are captured, and I'm sure you all have seen it. You guys are pretty well knowledgeable on this, that have been captured, called their mothers, and their mothers are arguing with them that they're really not at a war. That's bullshit. Now, your other question, what was it about the foreign fighters? Okay, Russia's doing that because they have openly admitted that they're not very good at guerrilla warfare. And that's exactly what the Ukrainians are hoping for and are going to do. And quite frankly, they're kicking their ass at it as well. Now, the other thing is, and Twisted, you're my man, brother. I like what you got to say, and I hear you, and I'm right there with you. Listen, I've lived it. I've lived it. I've been there. Russia's equipment is so fucking pathetic that it ain't funny. It's rusted. It doesn't work very much. Their logistics are horrible. And they're trying to say they're a strong military. Listen, as much as Joe Biden is tearing down the United States military, and some of these woke ass fucking generals we got that are a bunch of pussies are trying to tear our military apart, we would still kick their ass in a heartbeat. And I'm not biased, because I don't believe a lot of things that these people are doing in the military right now. The people, but the generals and the people running it. But we would kick their ass right now. Now, with Russia and China forming together, going to try to take over the world, if they ever tried to come on our soil, you know why Japan didn't come on our soil when they had the opportunity? Is because they did a thorough study, and they realized they could get maybe a quarter away into the United States and they would face the biggest military in the world. And the reason they said that is because every person in the United States damn near owns a gun and would fight to the death for this country, just like the Ukrainians are doing. President Zelensky is one hell of a president. He might have been a clown in the movies or whatever, but he's proven himself true. The only clown in the military right now is Joe Biden's dumbass and some of these woke ass Democratic generals in there that's not supposed to be political, but have made themselves that way and is trying to turn the military into that. Now, to answer your question about the foreign leaders, the reason why is, like I said, is guerrilla warfare. But there's a lot more that hasn't been told of the Americans, of people from the UK and other places that have went over there and signed up to fight. God bless them. I tell you what, I'm right there with them. I wish to God I could go. I've been to Ukraine multiple times. My fiance's in Ukraine. I've been to Russia before. And Ukraine is my place. And I'm telling you, the Ukrainians, the only way they're going to lose is in the air. And with the United States not allowing those MiGs over there, that hurts and that sucks too. Yes, the Ukrainians have air power over there. They need more. They need more. There's no reason why we're not sending some F-16s and giving it to them. They can learn how to fly. They know how to fly that shit. Might not be the best, but they do. Those MiGs, they know everything about those MiGs and how to use those MiGs. And you know, I just heard on the news that the United States military said, well, we don't think those MiGs. Well, who in the fuck is the United States to say it's not going to help somebody in a time of war when they're sitting back with their tails between their legs watching these people die? It's a bunch of bullshit. I hope I answered your question. And if I can continue on, you just let me know. I'll help you out with anything.
Red who? Red leg. There you go. Okay. What's up, gentlemen? Yeah, do we still got the Ruskies in here? Ruskies, the people that speak Russian, the people that are familiar with social conditions. Yeah, no, I just had a couple things to say. I was listening to everybody talk. I think we're losing sight of the fact that, I hear us projecting, America's power into this conversation and Britain's power, and I think it's all rah rah at this point. Look, Ukraine's backed into a corner right now, and I think it's important for people now to have the dialogue, so that way in the future, 50 years from now, 100 years from now, when this is talked about, we move past it instead of projecting our power with an app. I served in the military as well. Cool brothers. Went to Iraq twice. It's what's sad, what's awesome about technology, and I'll say this, what's awesome about technology is that we have the platforms like this right in front of us at our fingertips. And I think humans, we're great at destroying things. We destroy everything essentially, if you give us enough time to do it. I believe all people are good. I believe that the human condition across this planet needs to be good, but it's not. So people in position of power like Putin, I've been doing a little bit of research about this conflict in the area, in the Chechens not too long ago, and their leader that they have now. In America, we're pretty fortunate, and I think the Russians might think they're fortunate too. Maybe half of them. I think half of them are scared. But they're also fed. They're clothed. They have. It sounds like some of them have the niceties and not just necessities. I don't think we'll see a war at our doorstep. I think we're already there. 2 years from now, this time, March 12th, might be enveloped in that time of when World War III started. I think it's going to get there? No, because I think that the Ukrainians are actually going to, I've been to Iraq twice, served twice. There is something to be said about fighting a guerrilla war, fighting against guerrilla war fighters, and it's a tough job to do. It's a real tough job to do. And from what I've seen, like the difference is with America, like America was a little pissed off. We went into Iraq and Afghanistan because, we felt a certain way. I volunteered because of it. The way that these conscript soldiers are getting killed the way they are and getting manhandled, I think that's a testament to what we're going to see, in a month from now. I don't think it's going to stop. I think, the battlefield, the battle space that the world focused on for a while was in Iraq, Afghanistan, because America, world power, was in the fight. Now, I think it's going to shift to Ukraine. I think we're going to start seeing guerrilla tactics. We're going to see small kill teams. And I don't think Russia's going to want to finance this. I don't think it gets outside of Ukraine. Is there going to be a land bridge? Is that what they agree on? Is that what they're going to agree on? Maybe. I think most people in Russia are probably good people. Most people in Iraq are good people. I don't fucking like them, I like the good people, you know what I mean? But it's sad that we talk about, is it the same? I remember that question being asked earlier in this conversation. Is this conflict the same as Iraq? Is America double standard? I think you brought that up, Mr. Geek. I don't think it is the same. Like I said, like we were attacked. We wanted to project our power in a region and create a central command within the Middle East and in Eurasia, and we picked Iraq. You know what I mean? And I remember they were talking about weapons of mass destruction. You know what? An RPG, the book of the Infantry Bible, is considered a weapon of mass destruction. So our government essentially did not lie to us, because they had hundreds, if not thousands, of those. Yeah, no, yeah, I see what you're saying. Like, yeah, no, I see what you're saying. Um, I don't, I don't think it's gonna get outside of the borders here. I think it's pretty shitty that Vladimir Putin called in, the Syrians, and God, I don't know. It's getting messy quick. But I think there's enough fight within the borders of Ukraine to, as long as we keep supplying them with shoulder fires, and um, I got people that I served with over that I served in Europe, and I've got 4 or 5 buddies that are over there that made it to the West and then ended up having to go back, for family that ended up wanting to leave. So he's made a trek back and forth to Polhavi or something like that, in between Mariupol and the plant that they just took. Yeah, but I think this is the first time I got on Discord in a long time. I think the last time I did it was 15 years ago, or when it first came out for video, like some video game clan or something. Point being is, I think we waste technology, because if we really got to know people throughout the world, I think that would go a long way in the world that our kids and our kids' kids and our kids' live in. We don't. We step on each other, we hurt each other. We want to talk over each other. We want to project our individual power on people. And it's starting to happen here in America with people getting censored and canceled, and it's crazy, because America, I'll tell you what, I learned this a lot, and this is the last thing I'll say. It's going to be internal politics, but as far as the sanctions go on Putin, I think it's funny, because for the last 4 years politically, there's been sanctions on other parties, essentially, and people getting canceled. That's all I got to say.
Okay, so I agree with Redleg. About the sanctions, this fucktard Biden, yeah, I like Trump's Sleepy Joe things. That guy literally looks like he's gonna pass out any second of the day. But with the whole sanctions, Putin doesn't give a fuck about these sanctions, because what the media is not telling anybody is that Russia is getting 90% of their imports, and just everything that they're getting is from their buddy China. And if we really want to sanction and attack Russia and stop them with sanctions, we need to be sanctioning China for every so basically tell China, look, if you continue to support Russia, we're going to start sanctioning your banks and sanctioning you, and you know and sanctioning the fuck out of China until they're like, okay, Russia, we can't keep handling these sanctions from the U.S., so we're gonna have to stop supporting you. That is what will fucking destroy Putin and completely obliterate this war that he's even trying to do without causing any more casualties. But Sleepy Joe is and the oligarchy that's in the White House right now isn't going to do that, because I'm sure they know this, but they're not going to do that. So unless that happens, this war is going to continue. And I agree with Redleg. I don't think it. Let me agree to disagree a little bit. I don't think it'll go outside of Ukrainian borders, but at the same time, there is always that small percentage that anything is possible. I don't see it, like it's a very, very slim margin, like very fucking slim. But and Syria is kind of Russia calling on Syrians is kind of a joke. Syria's like I've never been in war. I've never been I don't know how strong Syria is, but from what I've heard, if we can obliterate Russia and China, Syria, then Ukraine. If Ukraine can hold Russia, then I'm pretty sure they can hold some Syrians. I don't know too much about that. That'd be some Damon could speak on, but I just wanted to throw that sanction thing out there because he mentioned it, and that's what I was going to say earlier, but I had forgotten. I'm glad Redleg mentioned that. But but that's what I'm saying. They already have China as their supplier. Like that is Russia's, basically that's Russia's like vein of supply is China. So no, I don't think I don't I this is more of a question for the military guys. Personally for me, I think if we started sanctioning China, I don't think they would they don't have the balls to even attack us anyway. So no, I think they would just fucking I think it would hurt them so bad that they would have to fucking cut off Russia. And I don't even think they really like Russia. I saw somebody in the YouTube channel saying that China's going to turn on Russia because the Chinese people are kind of cutthroat. But I think if uh Are you saying like they wouldn't even? Are you saying like they wouldn't even like if we did that, like they wouldn't even supply to us anymore? Is that what you're saying? Like they would include us in that? Mm, that's a good question. I'm gonna let Damon answer that because I'm not sure. I would feel like it. Well, maybe that would hurt us because I know we get certain things from China that I don't think we have. I don't know. I was just speaking on hypothetically if. Well, it's not really hypothetically. If we were to sanction the fuck out of China, until it would just be sanctions until they stop supporting Russia and tell them like, look, we're going to sanction you until you stop. If you stop supporting Russia, we'll lift our sanctions off of you. And if you continue, and if you start to try to do it again, then we're going to put them back on you. Like if we keep that, I feel like we keep that clamp on China like that, then they're going to cut their ties with Russia, and Russia's going to be completely fucked at that point. Because who else is going to support them? They're going to have Syria. Doesn't have the shit Russia needs that. Like their other allies, who are they going to go to? Iran? Like, what the fuck is Iran going to do for? That's what I'm saying. So if we clog the main artery, which is China, then until they stop supporting Russia and then release the clamp, then and keep them on watch, then China will probably stay in their place, but I would rather Damon and Redleg answer that because I don't really know how much that would affect us or anybody else. I'm just guessing at this point. Yeah. Yeah. And one more thing, I'm sorry, real quick, because somebody, Mike Rodriguez here in YouTube chat said that we need to get away from China. We do because we owe China trillions of dollars. So that actually sanctioning the fuck out of them might actually help us. I don't know. I mean, like I said, I'd rather the other two guys answer that question. So.
All right. Now, Red Leg, I seen you shaking that American flag. You may disagree with me, but that's okay, brother. You're my brother in the military. We can agree to disagree. But I'm going to tell you, I do believe if we sanction China, it's going to hurt China tremendously. I just read an article in the Washington Post. I know it ain't always the truth, but I read an article. I've done my case study. I've done a lot of studying on this stuff. And I'm going to tell you, we are about 75% of China's economy. If we sanction China and say no more of your goods being shipped here, we're going to bring them to their knees. China relies on America just as much as we as Americans rely on China's product. They're getting our money. We're getting their goods. It will bring their economy to their knees. I like that, Red Leg. You're right. I like that. But the sanctions, these sanctions we have now are bullshit. Even the oligarchs in Russia that are close to Putin, and some of them that's turned on him, have come out and said, look, these sanctions, Putin shows that he gives two shits about these sanctions we've done because we've only done so many banks. If we want to really put Putin, and it's going, listen, all the Russian people aren't bad people. There's a lot of good Russian people. A lot. Just like Americans, there's a lot of good Americans, a lot of bad Americans, a lot of bad Russians. But there's a lot of good people. It's the governments that are fucked up and they can't get along and can't do what they feel that they need to do. But if Biden puts tough sanctions on them, like as he should, we could hurt the Russian people tremendously, but not just them. Then it's going to start to hurt Putin. But right now, Putin's got all the money he needs. He's got money coming from China picked up and is supplying him with everything he needs. We sanction China. We say no more of your goods coming over here. It's going to buckle them to their knees, and China's going to back off too. China's starting to see the whole thing. And to go back to your point about talking about China's a turncoat and this stuff, China is only using Russia right now. China's using them because they smell the weakness of this Biden administration, and they smell the weakness of America right now because of this Biden administration. China's using Russia, making the world think how strong they're going to be. They're going to be woven together and come together. That's bullshit. China might make them think that. Xi Jinping done said he wants to rule the world. He wants to rule the world. 2025 or 2030 or 35? I can't remember what it was. Not China and Russia. No. All he's doing is using them to get what he wants, and then they're done. Russia is not as strong as anybody thinks they are. China's strong, but not as strong as America, as long as America sticks to their guns and keeps their military as strong as they were. Twisted said it right. Trump come in and he come in and seen how, this man wasn't even a military man, wasn't even a politician, to come in and seen how sorry and fucked up our military was and the old equipment. He come in and rebuilt it, sunk all the money into it, and what did Biden do? He took away from it. He quit doing everything. And if they open up these pipelines, we don't need nobody for anything. They can say, fuck you, China, fuck you, Russia, or whoever else, and we can supply all the energy and all the oil and gas that people need. And that's the bottom line, brother. I'm telling you now, America has got to stop letting this administration ruin us. They're not ruining themselves. They are ruining us, the American people. And I'm not being biased. I love the Russian people. I love the Ukrainian people. Hell, I don't care for Iraqis, but there are good people there too. But I'm telling you, we are going to have to take a stand because right now they smell fear. They're like a dog. They smell the fear in us, and that's why they're doing what they're doing.
I just wanted to. I'm sorry, real quick. I just wanted to ask, how often do you do this channel? Because like, I would love to join this again. Like, do you do this every night?
Hello.
Like what we're doing now.
We stream quite often, but in terms of debate style, we're trying it out. Today's the first time that we've done it officially debate style. But
Okay,
definitely would love to do more like this, and I think it's very good, healthy kind of discussions where everybody kind of pitches in, and it's as long as it's respectful, we go from there.
Okay, cool. All right, sorry, Crimson. Go ahead, buddy. I didn't mean to cut you off there.
Hey, there's a lot of things I could say, but for the last 30 minutes, I heard a lot of guts talk, a lot of pride talk. But I will use a Damon statement. He said that China's 75% of Chinese economy is based on America. Invert that.
I said that.
That means that USA is depending on China on 75%. So
That's correct.
one thing, if you think Russia and China together are weak, think again, because they are not. They look like they are weak. For example, China, if you look at Mao Zedong's story, they don't have problem to kill their own civilians by starvation. So if we get a point when they have to close the deals with the US to just fuck you guys for simple reasons, he will do. Their mentality is totally different. You are not prepared for that.
I mean, they can. That's not really. That's still not going to defeat us because they have to get to us to defeat us. So I mean, we're the biggest military power. I'm not trying to like make it seem like we're better. I mean,
man, I know you are the big military, but this fight will not be on ground. This fight, if the USA enters in battle with Russia, in the first hour, nukes are flying. Will not be time for a ground battle. That's you guys don't understand, and you can't defend against 2,000 nukes. You can't. You simply can't.
Well, I mean, technically we could with 1,500 nukes, but I mean, are we really talking us little peons are talking about nukes? Like, yeah, I mean, here you are projecting your power. Let's talk about the human condition in Russia. Right? Let's talk about the human condition in Chechnya. Let's talk about the human condition in Belarus.
Considering they can't even hold Ukraine.
In Putin's mind, that doesn't matter. Doesn't matter for him.
And that's the problem. Like,
it's what he wants, and it's over. You know, he don't think about if someone is dying. He don't give a fuck.
Like, not to be disrespectful. Sorry, Red Leg. Go ahead. My bad, bro. Real quick. Not to be disrespectful, Crimson, but I mean, if Russia can't even hold off you, and I'm not saying Russian people are weak. I'm saying their military is weak as fuck because they can't even hold off Ukraine. Like, they're having a hard time with one little nation like Ukraine. So I mean, like, go ahead, Red Leg.
That can be a bait.
They were cannon fodder.
Have you think through this? Maybe the weakness of the Russian in Ukrainian soil is a bait. The entire world baited. You don't
I
think about that, right?
I mean, I'm looking.
I like to
Oh, go
think
ahead.
I like to think the strength is in the people and not the leader.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
my point is that, like, look, you know, Putin, he's crazy. You know, I don't think anybody's been like any leader has been as crazy as this guy my whole life. You know, Saddam, it might have been good if he was left in power, because it just fell apart. After he was ousted, but look, man, the human condition, even though you know it's not old Russia, people aren't starving over. Maybe there are, you know what I mean? But the human condition and what he's trying to project is not good for people. It's not good for people. You're right. He doesn't give a fuck. Somebody else has got to give a fuck. All right. And in order for, I don't know if you're within the borders of Russia or if you have people you can reach there. But you know, there needs to be more dialect, you know, especially within the borders to figure out how to get this dude on. You know what I mean? Because he's the type of person. America will never, ever have a person in power that will go out of his way to start some shit, to create some lies in the media and push the button, no matter what kind of corner he puts himself in. Right? Apparently, you guys do. Right?
I'm not Russian.
He crosses the third border he crosses with his military, and NATO gets involved. He brings up nukes. That's not a projection of strength.
That's a projection of scared.
That's a projection of weakness.
Yeah.
And when it comes to military, I guarantee you, if you know, I don't want to project any power, but I guarantee you that our military, right? If it came down to it and all the lights got switched off, we would be in Russia before Russia was in America. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Crimson, what I'm saying is we can go dig up that gold. We can go find that gold if we really wanted to. If the lights got switched out, and I'm talking EMPs, no nukes, battle sight your rifles and go to work. Right?
No, that's what I'm.
Look. Look, like, I think it's sick of anybody to speak of nukes. You know what I mean? Like, nukes, like, in my mind, I want to go back to swords and sabers. You know what I mean? Because then I can at least see the blood leak out of the guy that it killed. You know what I mean? Can't even do that with guns, right?
You're in. It's not the droid you're looking for.
Wars. All right. Wars from here on out are going to be fought asymmetrically in urban areas. They're going to be fought in cities, in people's homes, right? They're not going to be the days of lining up two flanks. It's over. It's over. Because in most cases, wars these days are going to be a really strong country against a really weak country or a weaker country, right?
Can I interject real quick?
What we're gonna see here is, in this war, is we're gonna see Russia shell the shit out of Ukraine until there's nowhere else to go, and then they're gonna be fighting in the rubble. And there's gonna be guerrilla warfare. There's no talking about nukes. You know, if one nuke goes off, I don't care if it's, you know, some of all fears came in a soda machine. You know what I mean? Like, if there's no launch site, if there's no point of origin on a nuclear weapon that hits America, and it was just brought in a soda machine, someone's getting hit. You know, I mean, there's no point in talking about nukes. Like, as soon as they're used, like, it's over. You know what I mean? It's assured destruction for everybody. Enough people have them. It's
And that's why I think and that's why I don't think that honestly I don't think any of these countries really are gonna do nukes anyways. Like they talk all that big game as a scare tactic, but I really don't think any of these countries, except for maybe Iran, they might be fucking insane enough to try it, but I don't think China or Russia or anybody else is really going to drop nukes anywhere. Because like you said, it would obliterate the entire planet. So I mean like yeah,
So you guys,
I'm not.
so you guys know too. My father helped make them. Kind of jacked up.
Crimson, let me ask you a question, Crimson. What's your military experience?
I work with security, but
Okay, you
not
work with
military.
security.
Oh, you're
Okay.
hacking us. You're
Military.
hacking us. I'm screwed.
Oh, let
Well,
the
the
man
good thing is,
speak. Let the man
poor
speak. Come on.
I'm a poor
Shut down
American.
the
I might
now.
even just move to Russia.
All right, Crimson, the reason I ask you that is because I don't know the other people here. I know Red Leg was in the military. I don't know about the other two. Maybe they were. If not, no big deal. Okay. All right. So Red Leg and I. So we can tell you we can speak from experience in war. I've done 3 trips to Iraq, 3 tours. Red Leg's done 2. We can speak to you from experience in war. War's ugly. War's nasty. But here's the thing: Putin isn't going to use a nuke. Putin's
down there.
Let me finish, please. Putin's a nut job, and he will use one if he gets backed into a corner if they're going to demolish his country. But that ain't going to happen either. He's not going to use a nuke. He's going to use Chernobyl right now. He's a pussy. Putin is a pussy because all he's going to do is use Chernobyl as a scare tactic. But you know what? The Americans don't give a shit if he uses Chernobyl. Because it ain't going to reach America. It's only going to reach you, the Russians, the Belarusians, the Ukrainians. It may hit into Sweden some, and some of the Baltic areas. But it's not going to hit America. So if he wants, go ahead, bud.
I'm sorry, real quick. Let me cut you off, Damon. Don't you think though, if he does use Chernobyl and for some, say you said Sweden, I don't know if that's part of our allied UK, but if any of that leaks in the UK, that's our greatest ally. Don't you think we would step in and then it would cause problems? Because I'm just wondering on that. Just wanted to interject.
It could cause problems, and I believe it would with the UK. I believe the UK would take action, and then that would draw us all in. Yes, but as far as us sending nukes, no, because he's not really nuking anybody. He's just setting off that reactor. Possibly.
I
But
don't
you know
think
what?
he's gonna mess with Chernobyl because the radiation will get to Moscow. You know.
Oh, absolutely.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, and didn't Russia just hit one of Ukraine's nuclear plants, I believe? Oh, okay.
That's
Oh, yeah.
Chernobyl.
Zaporizhzhia.
Chernobyl's close to it.
Oh, that was Chernobyl. Oh, okay.
And they did
Chernobyl
hit
the first day,
reactor.
and then attacked Zaporizhzhia.
Yeah,
Right.
It started with a Z. Yeah.
Yes, Zaporizhzhia.
Yeah.
I'm sure there was a Z in there. I just couldn't hear it, Crimson.
Sorry, Crimson. Where are you from, brother? Because you said you weren't Russian earlier.
Brazil.
Ah, okay. Yeah, Brazil's cool. I don't think Brazil has any fucking conflict with anybody. It's one of those peaceful nations, I think.
Only with Argentina.
Oh,
Argentina
well,
can be destroyed.
yeah.
And the favelas.
Yes.
Hey, listen, I won't interject anymore. All I want to say is Slava Ukraina.
Slava Ukraine.
Heroum Slava.
20 years ago, I would have volunteered, but I'm old now.
I'm lost now. What are we talking about? I'm confused.
This would have been. I would have volunteered 20 years ago. This happened 20 years too late for me to do anything.
Oh, yeah. I thought. Well, you guys retired?
Yeah.
Retired.
Can't they? I thought they could, if they needed the manpower, they could pull you out of retirement at any time.
Up to a certain age.
Oh,
Unless you,
You have 10 years to. It's called an MSO, mandatory service obligation. You do 6 years. Do 6 years and get out. Honorable discharge. That means they have 4 years to where they can pull you back. You have to be on individual readiness reserve for 10 years after you.
Oh shit. Okay. Also, one more question. I'm gonna act like Mr. Geek here and ask a question if that's cool with Mr. Geek. If this shit gets out of hand, because I'm 34 and I've got two little babies.
Yes.
I'm trying to win. I'm trying to win back. But if they wanted to draft, could they bring? Would they bring the draft back? Isn't that like something that like we got away from? I mean,
absolutely, they can bring it back.
And I'm the firstborn child, of my family, so that means I'd have to go, huh?
If they declare martial law, they can do whatever the fuck they want to do.
Great, that's lovely.
That's exactly.
Yeah, from what unless they have health conditions.
Well, I'm
18 to 6.
I'm gonna tell them I have Ebola. That way, I can't go.
Hey, listen, I'll go. I'll go and fight for my country, whether I'm disabled, whether I'm not disabled, whether I'm 65, 70. If I'm breathing, I can defend my country.
Yeah, I'm kidding.
I know you guys got to be tired of seeing. Like, I live in Florida, and the people here, it's random killings more often now. Like, we got to quit hurting each other. Like, worldwide, man, it's getting ridiculous. Like, bullets burn, bodies get hurt. With, people don't.
Y'all's governor made it. Ron DeSantis made it. He's a fucking amazing dude. He made it seem like Florida's like the best state, which I'm pretty sure it is the best state in the country at the moment. But that's cool that you're living in Florida.
It is.
Settings and mine says mute.
What?
Mr. Geek is muted.
About 1 hour back, the Russians
Dave, can I jump in there?
took
Yes, sir.
the Mariupol, the southern city.
Yeah, Mariupol down by
They took him prisoner about an hour back.
They took what?
The mayor of how do you say it? Mariupol, that southern city, Mariupol. Yeah, they took the mayor prisoner about an hour and a half back.
Oh shit! I remember seeing that in the chat. Hey, I think Dave wanted to say something.
I did. Thank you very much. I am also a combat veteran. 1968 Vietnam squad leader. And I know a little bit about guerrilla warfare. And I thank you, my brothers, that also fighting men. But I don't think that Russia is going to drop a nuke in there because he's got control of 15 nuclear plants in Ukraine now, or will have. He's got control of oil. He's got control of gas. He can put a big hurt on Europe if he wanted to. What we need to do is send stuff to the Ukrainians so that they can defend themselves. And along with that, send someone to guard what we're taking in there so it won't get stolen if they did take it.
We talked about that earlier. I think it's what was it? Damon, is it Wisconsin that's supplying Ukrainians 1 million rounds of hollow point or 50 caliber or some shit like that?
Yeah,
right.
Wisconsin is, and there's another 1 million rounder sent by
it's 7.62 by 39 AK-47.
Correct.
Sending a lot of that too.
No.
We send in to cover the. We send Apaches in to cover the boys. We send the F-16s to keep the MiGs off their ass. And if they don't like it, they can shove it up their ass.
I like this guy.
Because somebody's got to protect these people. They're over there killing children. Now, I was on the ground in Vietnam in 1968. Look it up. I was doing it before a lot of you guys were born. I didn't have any kind of, I didn't have anything but an M16. And at no point during that whole tour did I ever say, gee, I wish I didn't have all this ammunition. So we go in, we take care of business, we get out. It's very easy for Ukraine and Russia or Putin to negotiate whatever they need to. They can talk about it. China is not part of the problem. China is not going to do anything. Russia is not going to do anything. They're rubbing up against China. They don't want to have to break their forces to go fight them for any damn reason. And China doesn't want to give up their 200-mile border outside into the ocean.
Well, Dave,
with us. Yes.
Do you think
real quick, Dave? I actually mentioned that earlier. From what I've, and I'm not in the military, but I do a lot of research all the time on this shit because I'm about to start a YouTube channel and all this stuff. But Russia, I was telling everybody earlier that this dipshit Biden is sanctioning Putin, and instead of sanctioning Putin, if we kind of put a hard clamp on China and tell so here's the thing. Russia gets almost 90% of their assets and everything from China. So if we start clamping down on China with sanctions, it's going and like I think Damon or Redleg, one of them said earlier that it would cripple China to their knees to where they would have to tell Russia, hey, fuck you, we can't support you anymore. And then once they do that, take the clamp off of them, tell them if you do it again, we're going to put the sanctions back on you every single time you start trying to supply Russia. And I was telling them that from what I've been reading and what I understand from it is if we sanction the fucking main vein of Russia, which is China, it would completely collapse Russia from within because they wouldn't have any resources from anybody because that's literally their main pipeline of health is China. So like, do you think that would be a good move on our part to do that shit? Because I feel like that would be the best thing. And this dumb fuck president doesn't even, either he knows to do that and is choosing not to, or he doesn't know that, and somebody needs to go up there and whack him upside his fucking head and say, hey, imbecile, China is who you need to put the clamp on and sanction so they stop supporting Russia. And as soon as they do that, they will have absolutely no power to take on anybody because, they're not going to have their vein of resource anymore. I
agree. We had a little thing in Vietnam that we called recon by fire. Now, if we use that approach on China and do it a little at a time, they will reach a point to where they're going to want to say, "Why are you treating us so mean? We've been good to you. I mean, we've sent you all the rice you wanted to eat. We've sent you all the cheap drugs you wanted to take."
I'm not saying. I'm sorry, real quick. I'm not saying like keep the clamp on them. I'm saying like do that, and then when they cut ties with Russia, release it and tell them, hey, no hard feelings. We just did it to stop Putin. And then if they go back to trying to do it again, just show them like we ain't fucking around. Like I'm not saying keep it on them. I don't know, but go ahead. I'm sorry. I just wanted to clear that up. I didn't know if there was any confusion.
I agree with you. I mean, that can be stopped at any time. There's always room for negotiation. There's always room for talk. And you can stop, but you never want to talk to anybody like Russia or China from a position of weakness. You always want to do it from a strong position.
Yeah, and that's another problem is that I was also told that I think Biden or somebody in our military fucking gave China or Xi Jinping our fucking military plans or some shit and asked them to like talk to Russia, and then China gave it to Russia or some shit.
China and Russia, there's so much they steal everything from us because they get the blueprint on everything that we make. If they're hacked, lead the world in that. Like their technology goes as our technology goes.
Shit.
You know,
Right,
and
that's right.
in a way to
Yeah,
fix it
it
all,
kind of goes both ways, you know.
you
We steal
guys.
from them too.
You got no, because our that's not true. That's not true at all. If we're talking military technology, we don't steal from them. Because we don't even have the capability to steal from them. They're really firewalled over there.
Oh,
Like
it is true because every country studies the other country's military hardware.
Plus our media likes to, tell all of our fucking tactics to the whole goddamn world on the news anyway. So it's not like they don't already know what the fuck we're planning.
Well,
so the workaround is to build everything here and not rely on them. Slava Ukraine.
I just want to say,
Head Slava.
well, and Putin is a bully, and somebody ought to punch him in his nose and get him back to Russia where he belongs. That's all I've got.
Well, Dave, I will tell you, here's my other last thing on it. I don't know if you're aware of this, but one of Putin's military generals just put a fucking $1 million bounty on Putin's head, which is why he hasn't come out of his little hiding hole, because he knows there's snipers ready to knock his head off in his own country.
It was $10 million.
Oh, $10 million. Oh, okay. That's even worse.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys know it or not, but Putin also has he's doing the same shit Hitler did. He's also got someone tasting his food before he eats it. He's a paranoid motherfucker, and his time's coming. His people are getting tired of it. His time's coming.
You know what he needs to do? Somebody needs to just go in there and give him some good ass fucking weed and just sit him down and calm him down and then talk to him. I think he'll come to his senses.
He's the greediest person in the wealthiest country in the world.
It reminds me of the new stock.
They have 750. They have 750 trillion in resources. And for whenever they want it.
Mm-hmm. Hey Blix, I heard you asked about Belarus.
Final calls, just so that we can. Blix, any comment?
I said, how do y'all feel about Belarus' position in this conflict?
Okay, that will be the last question, then we'll end it off there for that stream.
Belarus is nothing more than a puppet for Russia.
Agreed.
Lukashenko, all he does is what Putin tells him. He's a puppet regime in Belarus. Whatever Putin tells him, he has to do. That's why they agreed to allow Russia to bomb Belarus to try to get them into the war. That's what's so sad about Russia. They can't fight their own war. I'm telling you, their people aren't like they used to be back in the USSR. They were strong at one time. They're no longer strong. Their people aren't strong. Their people are giving up. Their people do not want to be in this war with Ukraine. These are their brothers and sisters and aunts and uncles. Hell, it's their babushkas.
Yeah.
I don't blame them.
How many refugees do you see beating the trail to Belarus?
There's been I think there's been 15,000, I think.
Not a hell of a lot, is there?
Now 600 went to Russia.
And then a lot of people left Russia when they said Putin was going to declare martial law. The people in Russia don't want to be communist either. They want to taste that freedom.
Yeah, no, I think the social trend over there is starting to change, and I think it's been changing, and I think this is going to pressure some of that change. I don't think it'd be a radical change, I think he's going to be there until he breaks, but
Red Leg, I disagree with you on that. I think after this war, there's going to be a regime change, and the people's going to change it. This is going to change the world. I truly believe that.
That could be the case too. Yeah.
I kind of agree with Damon. Like, I think what's going to happen is, like he said, the Russian people are going to stand up against their government and Putin, and then it's going to motivate people in America to do the same thing against our fucking regime that we have, going on. Yeah, it is going to be a world-changing event if it happens.
All right, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and actually end it off right here. Definitely appreciate everybody tuning in. And if you guys would like more debates like that, feel free to go ahead, hop in the Discord. Hop in. 1 second, let's go ahead and real quick. Feel free to go ahead and hop in the Discord. That's going to be open to everybody 24/7. If you'd like to participate in that discussion with them, the Discord is always open. The link is down below. But we're going to end it off here, guys. Again, it's been an intense night. I basically haven't slept for like 18 hours as of now. It's like crazy. I've been literally living off of coffee and energy drinks. Like, it's always right next to me. But thank you guys so much for tuning into the stream. Of course, we're going to be live probably early tomorrow as well. Gonna keep on focusing on this Russian-Ukrainian invasion. We'll literally tell you guys exactly what happens as it happens. But thank you guys all for tuning in. Again, make sure you guys hit that like button, you subscribe, and of course, share this to your friends and family. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.